Boys! Oh, I can barely hear myself in here. Boys! I am back home. I miss my friends. I miss them so much. They're gone. They've left. They've died. There are no more. No more Homestuck hot summer. Almost said Homestuck holiday. But never mind all that. Let's get them in here. All right.
I'll mute it.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Alright, mutes the fucking stream.
Yeah.
Mutes
Oh
this
god, help.
had open.
Okay, there we go.
We're not actually here. We died.
Yeah, they
We did die.
died.
This is... I'm in heaven now.
I'm so sorry I
Every
died.
Homestuck stream is a holiday to me. Okay, King Bill.
Every Homestuck after this, you guys are just figments of my imagination after you guys died in that tragic crash.
Okay.
Dude, listen. For the past... Never mind. I actually don't want to make that joke. Never mind.
All right.
Ethan
Well,
has minimized their application. Sit tight.
well, you know what we should do?
Homestuck.
We should get back to Homestuck. That's what we should do.
Holy
They were ripped to
awesome.
shreds.
Because
Oh,
boys.
buddy.
Huh.
Look at the King Bill. 45.
They ripped to shreds.
Alright. Boys,
welcome back to Homestuck. Act 6, Intermission 5,
AKA
Year
Home
3.
stink.
Look at how close we are!
Guys!
Look at how close we are!
We're
Whoa,
so
super
close.
echo Ethan? Ethan's echoing?
Am I echoing? Hold on.
Let me hear. Let me look at this. What is going on?
Oh, found it. Thought I removed all of you.
Oh, I see what happened.
I see what happened. Yes, I made sure to go through all of them and make sure they were gone. Apparently, I was wrong. Anyway, good thing we had someone in chat to fix it.
Thank you, King Bill.
Thank you, King Bill. What would we do without King Bill? This whole stream would be for naught.
I know, without King Bill.
Right.
You and your mom.
Shut up. Let's start this. Dave, are you there? Come in, Dave. Come in, Dave. This is Carcat. Over.
Are they gonna be in Town?
This is. Answer me, you jack off. Don't be all like you're too busy to pick up. Who are you trying to kid? You're quite possibly the only person in this meteor who's got even less of his nutrition on his nutrition plateau than me. Even the mayor has a more demanding schedule than we do. Let's face the fucking facts. What? Did you think that Cantown runs itself? Fat chance. Dave? God damn it, Dave. I have a problem. No, we have a problem.
Lovers.
Skya is now visible to the naked eye. We can't be much more than a few hours away. This is it. This is what we've been training for.
Waiting.
Sorry, this is what we've been waiting for. 3 of the longest human quote-unquote years we'll ever have to live for the rest of our lives. Sunk into this depressing laboratory, which by all accounts should never have functioned as anything but our eternal doom. I have no idea how we're even supposed to stop this thing. Do you? Oh well. Oh well, sending it blasting off somewhere at the speed of light sure seemed like a good idea at the time. And now we're finally here. After all the waiting and drama and boredom and stupid bullshit with our ancestral ghosts, and even disregarding the one hilariously neglected detail that this meteor has no fucking brakes. I still don't think we're ready for this. I miss my friend Dave.
I love Dave.
Dave? How do I even begin to address this shit? Okay, how about this? Since I can't think of a better general purpose question to help break the ice in literally any imaginable social situation.
Whoa!
What's going on with her?
Ethan,
Where?
did you link this stream?
What is it?
What?
Did you link stream in chat? I didn't get the notification.
What, you mean like in Discord?
Yeah, I didn't get the notification.
Yeah, it was linked on Discord.
It was.
Okay,
That's
never
an
mind.
automatic
Never
thing.
mind. I didn't get it.
Anyway, where are your fucking pants? Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I'm just look at her.
She's a mess, dude.
My pants? What are you talking about? They're on my legs.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
Dave, we have a big problem here.
What?
I think it's time we had a, what did you call it? An intervention?
For Rose?
No, not Rose. Why would I be talking about Rose? She doesn't have a major problem that she needs to be confronted about by her friends before she flushes her whole life down the gaper, does she?
Yeah, kind of.
Why? Because she likes to drink that goofy human soporific that makes her a lot funnier and more charming than usual? How is that a problem? I was talking about Terezi.
I've been saying, guys. I've been saying. Man, Terezi doesn't need an intervention. She just drinks a lot of soda.
How can you not see how that is a huge fucking problem?
It's red fizzy shit water, dude. Who cares?
Okay, can we just once acknowledge that we are mutual aliens to each other, and as such possibly have different values and standards about things? Just this one time, Dave? Thanks.
Terezi has made her choices. Among them was to begin guzzling untold liters of that putrid circus cola. Think of it as a rite of passage, like something that just goes with the territory when someone you know almost imperceptibly begins turning into a juggalo. Wait, fuck. Maybe she does need an intervention.
She needs to wake up so we can talk to her about this. She won't wake up. What do I do?
Did you try kicking her?
Yes.
Alright, I'm out of ideas.
Well, whenever she wakes up, we all need to have a serious talk about this. If she's in this condition when we get to the new session, it'll be a goddamn embarrassment. Not to mention deadly. Need I remind you who's still following us? She doesn't look primed for battle from where I'm standing. We need a... Sorry, I saw act and started freaking out. We need to act as a unified front, Dave. We need to let her know that as her friends, we can't stand by and watch her degrade herself like this.
Man, I don't know. Sounds like you just want to make this needlessly melodramatic.
Stand by. I'm putting you on speaker crab.
Speaker crab.
Yes, speaker crab.
Man, don't put me on speaker crab.
She needs to hear from you, Dave. She trusts you.
God. Honestly, she can do whatever she wants. I put all this behind me a while ago. Why do you really want me in on this conversation? Is it just that you don't know what to say yourself?
Maybe it is, Dave. Maybe that's exactly what it fucking is. I'm sorry. I'm not a god tier. I'm not so fortunate as to be blessed with the gift of gab like you.
Oh.
That badge you...
Arr.
That badge you earned. You know, the one that makes it easier to talk to people. Like... really open up about your feelings and say whatever needs to be said.
That's what you think that does?
Isn't it?
No, dude, that's not what Gift of Gab does.
Okay, then what does it do then, wise guy?
Its utility isn't really comprehensible to lowly mortals. Sorry.
You snide shoot huffer. Nope, that's not what that is. You snide shoot huffer. Then why don't you come up here so I can push you off this building? I'm putting you on speaker crab, and then together we're going to have to keep it real as shit. Do you hear me?
Man, don't put me on speaker crab.
You're on speaker crab.
What do you actually want from her? Do you want her to stop drinking Faygo and falling asleep in puddles of red fructose corn slobber? Or do you want her to somehow address the root of those habits and call all that out for good?
Man, we should have known the second she started talking to Gamzee. This had bad implications for Terezi's mental state.
I feel like I predicted this.
Maybe.
You said exactly this.
Okay.
Yeah. Get fucked, nerds!
Yes, I want her to do that. The latter thing.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, but in situations like this, I think you need to remind yourself there's only so much you can do for somebody, and maybe they aren't going to want or need your help, and you just have to figure out how to deal with that. Like, at some point in life, one of your friends might start spending all their time with a guy you think is bad news, and you have to decide if you need to intervene as a friend or just let it go, because people can change or drift apart or whatever, because that's just something that happens.
Dave, your wisdom. My God, it's knocking my socks off. Holy shit, please tell me the secret to your wise ways. And while you're at it, maybe you can tell me what the fuck you're talking about.
Guys, they're so boyfriends. Look,
God forbid a girl has hobbies.
You're talking about me?
No, it's
Goddamn.
talking about Terezi.
Is it Terezi?
Yeah.
It could be either at this point. Look, all I'm saying is, there comes a time in every young woman's Man, shut up. You don't know what that is.
No, he's spitting.
He's spitting, chat. There comes a time in every young woman's life when she has to come to terms with the decision to gradually morph into a juggalo while all her friends and loved ones watch in dismay. Terezi has strolled through the dark carnival and taken a great brooding whiff of that decision, festive asshole, and the choices she has made is all too clear. She's down with the clown.
No, don't say that.
It's true, man. You can live in denial for only so long, but as your bro, I have to say it like it is. She and Gamzee, man, that is literally a thing.
Oh,
They're totally
shit.
Oh no.
Oh,
They're
no.
totally together. Total kisme spades, dude.
No, that's not what I mean. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I know that. That's why do you have to put everything so colorfully? I guess I do the same thing, but you always have to take things to such a... But you always seem to take things to a different level of gross. Just please say shit normally for a change, okay? Regarding Gamzee, yeah. I knew about that already. Oh.
Oh. Really? What the fuck have I been tiptoeing around all this goddamn time? I thought this was supposed to be like a big secret that would destroy you if you found out.
Motherfucker, please. Do you think I'm an idiot? I've suspected this was going on for a long time. I was just being like you, playing it cool, letting her do whatever.
And why is it a problem now?
Because this is the last straw. We're supposed to be ready for action by now. Not comatose, half naked, and Fago sticky. God, I wonder what sort of bullshit he's got her believing in now. About the mirthful messiahs and Shangri-La and all that garbage. It makes me so sad to think she's caught up in his superstitious web of lies. It's been awful watching that person I used to know slowly drift away from me, to the point where she might as well be gone. How did you manage to deal with that?
What?
You and she used to see each other all the time. What happened?
Like I said, I just put it behind me. She started sneaking around in vents and stuff, acting suspicious, trying to hide the fact that she was seeing him. Like, she was obviously ashamed of it and worried how I'd react. But it was hella transparent that that was going on, so I just said, that's fine, y'all can do your black rom thing with the juggalo, it's your decision. But I can't keep playing along, I can't do the quadrant thing, it's just too weird for me. I'm not a troll, and I'm not open-minded about getting multicultural. I still don't understand the spades thing, and it makes me really fucking uncomfortable to even try to imagine how that works, and I sure as fuck don't want to date anyone who's got a hate clown on the side. So I said, no hard feelings, I still like you and all, do whatever makes you happy, I'll just be over here in the hypergravity chamber training to be Lord English.
We have a hypergravity chamber?
Oh.
Oh.
He got so excited. But what about you? Have you been talking to Gamzee this whole time, or is he just balls out lying to you, sneaking around the meteor with Terezi? I thought Moirails were supposed to be open with each other about stuff like that.
Yeah, Gamzee ended our Moira allegiance quite some time ago.
Oh shit! Sorry to hear about that.
Damn, nobody want him for real.
Oh, God.
It's fine. It was really a dead and pale relationship. At first, it really seemed like I was a necessary part of his life, keeping his shit under control. But as time went on, he just got completely disinterested and wasn't keeping up with his end of the thing at all. He started getting so unbelievably self-satisfied and pious, like way more than he ever was before. Like, he's just so completely convinced he's found his calling. Like, this session is the gateway to the promised land where he'll fulfill his destiny. He's so caught up in his idiotic schemes, he couldn't give a fuck about me anymore. Whatever. At least he stopped killing people.
Oh, the bare minimum. Amazing I spent 3 years on this rock and never said one thing to the guy. I saw him once, though. Just a glimpse in a dark hallway. It was kind of like seeing a blurry purple Bigfoot with a huge boner.
Oh, God. That fucking God tier outfit. What a goddamn faker. I can't, for the life of me, imagine where he got that thing. I know Kanaya sure as hell didn't make it for him. The man literally has no shame.
Why is he wearing it?
I don't know. I don't think even he knows. Maybe to make a good impression on his fake-ass religious idol after he thrusts his sacred codpiece through the gates of Shangri-La.
The best thing we ever do together is slam this asshole's dumb religion.
Yeah.
Really, it's the most hilarious fucking horseshit I've ever heard. I mean, pretty much all religions are wrong. Okay. But there's zero wrong,
Right.
and then there's wrong. As in, 0 chance you were ever proven right about even a single thing, dude. Ever, ever, ever. Put them in Detroit. Watch them see what happens.
Oh, God.
It's so true. I wish I could see the look on his face when he finally realizes everything he believes is a lie.
Be one sad clown that day. This bulge will probably deflate and make his high-pitched noise plus corresponding flatulence.
I would actually rather see Dave's face whenever he finds out it's all true.
Hey, I think you're gonna like this part of the conversation.
Hey, Dave. What do you think will happen to us after we meet up with the others? I mean, as friends. I'm reading it too.
I'm sorry, I read ahead. I'm so sorry. What do you mean as friends?
I mean, well, we still get to be bros.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Would you still love me if John was there?
Would you still care about me if your ex-boyfriend was there? I'll be honest. Would you choose me in a room full of Johns? Yeah. No offense, dog. That's a dumb as fuck question.
Dumb
Not at all with that sec, but I already said it. Move on.
No, but see, we're gonna meet all these other people, John among them, and John is your best friend, so you will ostensibly resume that friendship where you all left off. And John and I had a few testy conversations with each other one day, and most of those I made a fool of myself. And I guess we became friends that day? Maybe. But the reality is, it was just a one day, and he'd be well within a reasonable frame of mind not to give a crap in hindsight. Not to give a crap in hindsight about the guy who trolled him once 3 years ago. And the same goes for Jade. I thought we had a decent rapport, but again, it was only one day forever ago. She probably barely remembers me at this point. Whereas that doesn't matter for you, because you go way back with them. This is like a fucking heartfelt reunion for you guys. But where does that leave me? I can hardly call Gamzee a friend anymore. Who knows if my friendship with Terezi will ever be what it was before. I used to be pretty close with Kanaya, but now she and Rose never leave each other alone for more than a fucking minute. All my other friends are dead, and now we're leaving the dream bubbles behind. And then there's you. So, I'm just wondering what happens next.
Sorry, I was laughing. You forgot the mayor. You're pretty damn tight with the mayor, aren't you? He's my best fucking friend.
Hey, me and the mayor, don't talk shit about the mayor. They're my best fucking friend. The mayor's friendship is a universal constant, and I am insulted beyond comprehension, as well as my capacity to vomit, that you would insinuate otherwise.
Yeah, the mayor rules. But as usual, you are overcomplicating this, just like you overcomplicate everything. Friendship, leadership, romance, shipping grids, and dick battles. This is real simple. Our meteor will somehow Tokyo drift to a dead stop in the news session, at which point we will keep being bros for life or something. I will start being friends with John and Jade again because they are my friends and never stop being that. John will also be your friend because he's cool and also a doofus who's easy to be friends with. Jade will be your friend too because she's nice and likes being friends with people. I think she fucking hates his ass.
A little bit.
And I can personally guarantee that she will be happy to see you. Oh no, she's lying. And as for the new people, I don't know about them, but they'll probably be your friends too. All I know is that 2 of them are my parents and 2 of them are John's parents. And ain't no rules that says you can't be friends with your bro's mom and pop. Especially when your bro's mom and pop are a couple of sassy teens. As for Rezi, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with that. And as for Gamzee, fuck that guy with a balloon poodle. That's not a word. Friendship lesson secured. The end. My Little Pony. Episode close.
Uh-oh. Look who's starting to come around.
Honk, honk, honk,
Wake up,
honk.
sleepyhead. Honk, honk, honk. Yeah, that's right. It's time to face the fucking music.
She's gonna
Act
kill him.
6, Intermission 5, Intermission 1.
I think we should be able to kill Andrew Hussey. What is this?
You, computer man, I need more help.
No.
Computer man, assist me with more hot tips.
No.
Yes, I'm having trouble understanding Blue Hat.
This is a shameful exploitation of our arrangement. We weren't supposed to talk anymore once you left Earth.
I did not agree to those terms.
Every time we talk, you complain that I'm being self-indulgent, but you always come back for more. It's like you can't get enough of me. Think you might be obsessed.
Give me more hot tips, asshole.
You only made that cow top so you could talk to me on the go. Didn't you?
No,
Please don't lie. Who else would you use it to talk to in your solo session? Gamzee? But you haven't even said one word to him through that device. You never even referred to him by his name.
the clown has been an adequate peon. When it comes to doing things I don't want to do, there is no reason to speak to him through my fun helmet.
You should try to be better friends with him. He basically ditched you for his best buddy for you.
Who cares?
He reveres you, and you treat him like shit.
Yes. So?
So, you're off to a pretty good start of being a god, I guess.
Thank you. Look, I just said a polite thing. Now reward me with what I want.
Ugh.
Yellow Hat is very fast. As a minion, he has been very useful. But I am having trouble determining the abilities of Blue Hat.
Yellow Hat and Blue Hat? Blech. Yellow Hat and Blue Hat? You should come up with a better names for them than that.
Like what?
Like, I don't know. Maybe some cool mobster names?
Mobster names? Why would I give them mobster names?
Because mobsters are cool.
They don't look like mobsters. They look like fucking leprechauns.
Anyone can be a monster, though. Even cherubs and leprechauns. Being a mobster isn't about what you look like. It's about what's inside you.
Wow, that is so profound. Now stop stalling and give me tips.
Are these the only two you've unlocked so far?
Yes, I have conquered the second planet and have now traveled to the third. Before I conquer this one, I would like to know what Blue Hat does.
He's pretty much doing what he does.
He seems to be stuck. Is he broken?
No, he's just slow.
What?
That's his power. Yellow Hat is fast, Blue Hat is slow.
That's a horrible power. How is that even a power?
Just is.
Ah, I was looking forward to achieving more powerful minions, not more malingering fools to take up space in my dark carnival. Do they get better than this?
Depends on what you mean by better.
Oh my god. Okay, we're done. Bye.
End of Act 6, Act 5 intermission. It was one page.
Yeah, of course.
That rules. Okay. Act 6, intermission 5. Cool. Nana Sprite! Jasper Sprite! Aw, fuck it.
Oh my, such a
A
hater.
best sprite. Fuck you,
When Nana
asshole.
Sprite is right there.
That is fuck off. Actually, that's just Jane but old. I don't care.
That's just Dave, but Sprite. I don't care.
Hey, Mark!
Uh,
Wake up, sleepyhead. Wait, why did I even say that? Stay asleep all you want. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't he hate his ass?
Yeah,
After the
man.
dad thing?
Yeah.
But you are kind of missing some important shit here. We spent 3 faux relativistic years cruising through the metaphysical ass crack of nowhere, and we finally get here, and you're all tuckered out. Like y'all didn't sleep enough on this boat already.
Me.
Some of the sick, nastiest shut eye anyone ever got was due to this freaking boat.
Me and John like this because we're both sleepy all the time.
Dude, you naps all the time.
I love naps.
Yo, real quick, Ethan texted us the other day, really excited about like a package that came in, and not even 5 minutes later, I texted and I was like, "Dude, show us it." 2 hours later, we get, "Oh, I fell asleep, guys."
Always tired.
So- God, stop it.
I was sleepy.
Shut up, dude. This is a big deal. Everyone's waiting for us out there. I mean, probably. I don't know where we are. Some green hilly. Oh, is this Jake's world?
Yeah, they're on Jade's planet.
Oh,
Green Hilly
right,
Place
because
is only stone hinges sprinkled
Okay.
around.
That's where the panel was.
Right. So
Yeah.
this is immediately after, during, end of Act 5?
Yeah,
Something
this
of
is
the sort.
basically-
Is this before or after Jade goes Grimbark?
It's probably
That's
either
what-
while or after.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
just speculating on.
Okay. Did you know that there could be a plurality of Stonehenges? I didn't, but guess fucking what? Henges aplenty where this place is concerned. Hey, where's Jade?
Hey, where's Jade?
Where do you think?
It's going Grimbark, man.
I was doing a bit.
It's a bad bit. I
Rude.
guess she left already? Oh no, you'll live. I guess she left already? Maybe there was an emergency somewhere and her doggy sends his letter there. Maybe someone fell down a well. What do you think, John? Do you think our teen parents fell down a well? Nah, I sincerely doubt that any of them would be that pathetic. Whatever it was, it must have been important enough for Jade to ditch us like this. Either that, or maybe she was that desperate to finally get away from me. Between you and me, John, I didn't really handle things with her as well as I could have. Okay.
You don't say.
Or not, I don't know. I did her a favor cutting Bird Dave out of her
Hold
life.
on, you skipped
Nobody-
a line.
Did I miss a line?
You skipped a line.
He scrolled. Oh well, maybe real Dave would have treated her better. Or not, I don't know. I did her a favor cutting Bird Dave out of her life. Nobody really deserves Bird Dave as a boyfriend or a friend or anything. It's like getting one of the janky Daves from the bargain bin at the Dave Depot. Maybe one of the marked down Daves the day after National Dave Day. It's like somebody... I hate this bird. It's like somebody taxidermized your Dave and expected you not to notice. Feathers, what feathers? No, that Dave is totally normal and okay. You should just go back to being bros with real Dave when you see him. I'll be fine. I'll just flap around and do my thing alone. I'm completely alright with that at this point. We had our ups and downs, and John, but all of this was cool. I hate the way he types. It's so hard to read.
It is. I don't envy you in the slightest.
I don't know how this is harder than normal Dave. We had our ups and downs, John, but all in all, this was cool to go on this road trip with you. There were some times, man. The times. I'm telling you, they were unreal. I bet you people would pay good money to see every second of the madcap stunts that were going down on the ship, basically 24/7. If halls could talk, wow. Haha, just joking. It was seriously boring as hell. But I mean, it was, oh my gosh. It's so blurry.
Yeah, the stream did that for me as well.
Oh, did it blur?
Okay.
Yeah,
we
now
just
it's
scrolled.
fine.
It's
Okay.
fine out. Where did I go? If halls could talk, but I mean, it was still cool, yeah. So, what's that ring anyway? I've seen you with that ring before, and I guess I was just like, okay, John has a magic ring for some reason. No need to mention that or anything. But where did you even get it? You can't even hear me. You got your snooze on so hard. Ain't gonna wake you up to hassle you about no ring. Oh my god. Shut up. I probably should have said all this stuff when you were awake anyway. Like the stuff about friendship. Okay, I'll just leave another one of my patented magical notes taped to your shoe or cowlick or something. My magic notes rule. I'll miss leaving them taped on stuff.
Oh, jeez, what is it gonna fucking say? He never
my-
shuts up.
I sure do talk to myself a lot, don't I? Wow, why have I never made this observation? I probably needed to be a bird for exactly 3 years to finally have that epiphany. I wonder if real Dave ever had that epiphany. Probably not, because he's not a bird. Bottom line is, being a guy who's also a bird makes you think. Anyway, I'm out.
It really makes you think. Whoa, crazy
Is this the
good.
last,
Crazy good.
is this the last time we...
This is Dave Sprite's final goodbye.
No!
Are you serious?
No. Me and my wife.
Oh.
Oh. You guys stop lying to me, Mama. That's rude. P.S. Happy birthday, John. Have some watermarks for the road.
Super cool. Super cool panel here.
A bunch of different Dave Sprites from a bunch of different, album arts.
Right.
Oh.
Really cool.
And a couple from Cascade.
I love Cascade.
Let's see if I can... Yeah, I can't.
It's that one in the corner.
This one?
The one in the corner and the one at the top middle.
Top middle? Ah, you're absolutely right. You're right. All right. Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 2. Yay, more California!
I unlocked more gnomes.
Thought they were leprechauns.
I don't care what they are.
Okay.
I have now conquered 4 planets and have the same amount of gnomes under my command. Yellow hat, blue hat, red hat, and now purple hat.
Congratulations.
The planets are becoming increasingly difficult to conquer. I almost did not manage to destroy the purple planet within the allotted time. Unfortunately, the quality of unlocked gnomes has not increased to match the escalating difficulty in my quest. It seems to be just the opposite. These gnomes are shit.
What's wrong with the new gnomes?
Okay, Red Hat, he has no fucking powers at all. Unless his power is to follow me around constantly.
Yes, it's basically what he does.
Purple Hat is even worse. Is his power to dance around me all the time while singing riddles to me?
Yes.
Awful. Purple Hat's behavior is so infuriating. I have attempted to murder him several times, but to no avail.
Can't kill Purple Hat. He's too lucky. It's also his power, being really lucky.
What good does that do me?
I don't know. Get him to solve puzzles for you. Get him to solve puzzles for you. Use him as a human shield sometimes. I mean, a gnome shield.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Shouldn't be whining about how lame your minions are. As you accumulate more, your job is obviously to combine their talents in creative ways to overcome the increasingly difficult challenges on your quest. Synergize your time gnomes. Make them more than the sum of their pointy hats.
That's going to be difficult. They are all idiots.
Nobody said it would be easy.
Fine. I have no more questions for you.
Hey, did you collect you, turtle?
No?
But I can see your pass trail. You're standing there holding a gun and pointing it at the turtle.
Okay, then yes, I killed the turtle.
Boo!
You should go look at it.
Yo, let me... Where is it?
There's him holding the gun, and there's the dead turtle.
Oh yeah.
Also, thoughts on the members of the Felt?
Yeah, interesting. I was sitting here like being like, oh, is it literally the same? It's not the same exact felt, but it is still the felt.
Well,
Is it? They have
you'll
different
recall
hats,
who
if
the
not.
Felt- Do you remember who the Felt worked for?
Lord English, you're right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh my god, it actually did come full circle. I thought that was gonna be like an outside of time type thing. I never thought we'd actually get origins of the felt. Anyway, end of Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 2. Hey, John. Whoa. Whoa, they've been doing some work.
Mm-hmm.
Holy. Hey, buddy. Oh no, it's these two again.
Am I taking? So is the consensus that I'm taking Arania?
You're taking
I think
Arania,
so.
yes.
Okay.
Ethan won't let me have Arania.
I don't want you having both.
Come on! I love that! I love her!
Pick one.
Hey, it's the blue boy again.
There you go.
See him there just off the starboard shit? Yo, watch how far I can fork him from.
Mina, put the trident down. Don't make me confiscate it again.
Conch fish skate.
Oh, it's a pirate ship. That rules.
Hey, it's John.
Friska, is that you?
Yeah, get over here.
All right.
Oh, great.
Oh, these guys have been hanging out. Yeah.
Nice to see you again, John. It's been too long.
Yeah. Actually, it hasn't it been exactly a year? I think it was my birthday last time you went too.
A year for you, maybe. Who even knows how long it's been out here? But who cares? The point is, as you can see in the plan I described to you, before is in full swing.
You mean the big
Can't
treasure
wait
hunt
for
with all those black maps?
Yes, but they aren't actually black anymore. Not totally. Everything's gone exactly as I intended. English has taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker. He's been chasing our extended party around the ring, blowing shit up with his monster breath, thus revealing the path to the treasure in the process. I must say, for an evil mastermind, the guy's kind of a dope. Supposedly, his every move is a carefully calculated ploy to assure his existence in the first place. Yet, here he is, wrecking the joint like an oaf, unwittingly helping the hero find the weapon that will finally take him down. And we're almost there, too! By now it's become embarrassingly obvious that the treasure was hidden right around here where we all started all along. These maps have just been leading us in the big, stupid circle. I should have seen it coming. I guess that's my bad. In terms of bonehead moves, that's English. 1. Vriska, 1. So, I guess we're even, but maybe we don't have to mention that detail where we document my heroism in the anals.
Shut up, man. I can hear you slowly, like, ironically laughing at it, and then genuinely laughing.
You were around me for a week, and now you know my
Shaking
patterns.
my damn head.
It's silly. Of greatness.
Mention what exactly?
Exactly. I almost forgot how deceptively quick you are on the uptake. That's not so impressive. I was confused by what you were saying too. Tavros, if you're going to interrupt, don't mumble. And even then, don't. Anyway, I don't mind the fact that these cryptic treasure maps have led us all on a wild honkbird chase. I've never once complained about a good long treasure hunt, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, with the way space-time works out here, who can say for sure we would be able to find the treasure at all unless we trace this exact path? Nobody can say that is who. Nobody can say that is who. At least all of English, as far as I know, can't actually speak so much as issue blood-curdling roars that cleave the foundations of reality itself. You are, of course, welcome to join us on our adventure for as long as you're asleep. We could use another hand on deck. I'll even give you a rank and title. You get to be lower than me. That's the fairest rule. Wrong! Tavros, who's the captain here? Last time I checked, it wasn't Swabby Nitram, Poop Master Extraordinaire. Aww.
Poop Master Extraordinaire.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line.
Sorry.
Oh, I saw
You
it.
see him in the corner.
I saw Roddy and Sabra.
Yeah,
Like my
guys.
bear. Like my bear.
Oh, that means I know what these two means. It means we're in a free and dream bubble. That happens every time. By the way, hi Tavros. How have you been?
Okay.
Cool pirate outfit you have there.
No, thanks. But it's not cool. It's dumb. Risco wants me to wear it though, so I do. So she'll be happy. Don't ask me where my pants are.
I wasn't going to.
They all look amazing as pirates. This is non-negotiable.
No argument here. What about the rest of your crew? I remember her, the punky one who always likes to stab me with her spear. But I really hope she doesn't do that this time.
Dream on, blue nerd. You and my crosshairs, sucker. Are you right where I want? Just biding my time. Biding and biding. Gonna hunt you till we both double.
Biden and Biden?
No.
Let's get this guy out of here.
Boo!
Oh my gosh! Hold on, I'm deleting something.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I saw that. I didn't care.
That's why I'm here, man.
Thank
Gonna hunt
you.
you down till we're both double dead. You are my obsession, little bluefish. My shrimpiest of whales. My mobiest of dicks.
Yeah.
Call me Ishmael.
Stop it.
But I don't know. But I don't know the one who looks kind of like your sister. What is your name?
Arania.
Hi. And what about those two over there?
Oh my god, he's never met my favorite people.
I guess
These are my
not.
friends.
Yeah.
These are my friends. You killed one of them using the other. I don't know about friends. These are my friends, Aradia and Solux. I have recruited them for this expedition as specialists. They aren't really here to do any fighting, but their abilities will become useful once we retrieve the treasure. Hello!
I'm sorry, I feel really stupid. Of course it's a dream bubble. He was dreaming.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
dreaming,
man. I was like, oh, you're cooking. Not really. You're burning.
Yeah, I literally was burning. It's exactly what I was doing. Overcooked.
This guy went in the oven.
Left it in there too long. Hey, are you alive? Your eyes do not look spooky and ghostly.
Thanks! Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, and apparently she intends to stay that way, hence her principled, if somewhat lame commitment to pacifism. But considering our history together, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. I'm happy to have her on the crew in whatever capacity she likes.
Your history? What happened? Wait, that's a rude question. Sorry.
Iska killed her too. She used the other guy there tragically as the death weapon. Hey! What did I say about bygones being bygones? That's like rule fucking 1 on this ship. Anyway, she became a robot and killed me back, so obviously we're cool now.
Jeez, why did everyone always die so much?
Lol, like this guy's one to talk.
Solix, don't make our guest uncomfortable.
He's already uncomfortable, and he should be. We all should be.
Really, I haven't thought about any of that in a long time. Ancient conflicts don't mean anything to me anymore, but I was more than thrilled by the opportunity to go on another adventure like this. We used to enjoy such campaigns together all the time when we were younger. Of course, now that the teams are a little different. Yeah! Man, those were the days.
What about you? Why do you have double eye patches?
Because I'm blind, stupid.
I can't tell if you're alive too or not, because I can't say if your eyes are spooky.
They're spooky as shit, but yes, I'm alive. Okay, here's the short version. I used to be able to see, but then I went blind. Then I used my powers too hard and died. But it turned out I was only half dead.
Half dead?
Let me finish, so the ghost half of me could see again, so I was only half blind. Then somebody prototyped my corpse, which I guess sucked the ghost half of me out of my body to make me fully alive again, also fully blind. And now the ghost part of my soul is sharing a sprite body with fucking Eridan of all people.
Who's Eridan?
Just the douche who blinded me in the first place. It doesn't even matter.
Alright, but I don't think I quite followed all of that. What does being half dead mean?
You know, forget it. I'm so sick of telling this story to people over and over and nobody understanding what the hell I'm talking about. It's all so simple. No, actually, it isn't. It's a fucking stupid story that makes no sense. Maybe that's the problem. My marginal existence is fraught with so much pointless duality and complicated nonsense, so I'm done even trying to explain it. From now on, I should just wear a shirt that says, "Don't ask me about my disability or my mortality." Then everything would be fine.
All right, man. Fucking Eridan of all people.
Fucking Eridan of all people.
It's really kind of a shame Gamzee prototyped Aaron's torso parts and swiped his ghost from the afterlife. I bet he would have had a great time on this voyage. I used to own him during our nautical campaigns all the time.
If he was on this ship, I'd walk the plank and plummet through the fake-ass water through infinite nowhere forever. Besides, you act like you haven't already recruited at least 50 fucking Eridans from doomed timelines in your army. You really are shamefully prejudiced against our alternate reality ghost selves. They're just as real as we are, and we have the same emotions and everything.
Give me a break, Solux. As if you don't view them the exact same way. You've got real Eridan and then pretty much the whole bunch of pretenders out there.
They're all real. Shit! I don't even like Eridan, but here I am sticking up for his copies.
See? You just called them copies. Even you can't avoid accidentally using a problematic... I swear to God. I swear to God.
Can't get rubbed off on her.
God, a problematic slur which reveals that no matter what you believe about your morals, deep down you're always going to favor the original while viewing all the others as duplicates of a lesser value.
Oh, whatever. Just whatever. Rationalize the collateral damage to your army all you want. And to think, before I joined your party, I heard rumors that you might have changed. Like, learned to be a better person or something. Yeah, right.
Oh, please! I hardly think I'm a bad person for failing to give a shit about the billion meaningless dead Napetas, do you? Hey! Leave her alone.
No, you're not a bad person for that particular reason, I guess.
What am I seriously supposed to do? Fly around and befriend each one individually? Sorry, I have better things to do with my time. Let's try to be at least somewhat practical here. I've met most of those Napetas. They're actually really nice. Oh, shut up.
And what about all those ships of the head? Are they part of the treasure hunt too?
Of course. That's my army. Fuck. Of course. That's my army. Okay, our army, but like on boats.
Isn't an army on boats usually called a navy?
John, help me out. I seem to be having trouble remembering which one of us is the captain. Was it the dork in blue pajamas, or was it the veteran sailor in the rad captain's coat? That's right, the captain was me, and I say it's an army that happens to be on a bunch of boats. Oh, damn! He got smoked! Wow, so smoked! Mina, did you catch those sick fires? No, but for real, it's pretty much is a navy. Just saying.
Who's in the army?
Thousands of ghosts, primarily those of old friends and acquaintances.
Oh.
I want...
Oh,
No! Get him off screen! Get him off screen! Get him off screen!
This is wrong! I thought you would change!
Vriska, you can't do this!
Vriska, this is wrong!
No,
Vriska!
Vriska's never gonna fucking change. It's Vriska.
I love her. We've amassed a coalition of eager volunteers ready to lay their ghost lives down for a worthy cause.
You mean fighting Lord English?
And we're ready for that, yes, but we need the treasure first. So for now, they're all sailing well ahead of us in large numbers to attract his attention so he can do more damage to the ring and fill out the rest of our maps. We should be very grateful for their bravery. They're making a noble sacrifice for us all. Bravery, yeah, right. I'm mostly sure she's mind controlling all of them. God damn it, Tavros! We really don't need your play-by-play commentary on everything.
Wait, you're mind controlling all those ghosts?
No! Well, not all of them. Once you group enough together, others tend to latch on to the mob out of curiosity. We trolls have a way of clustering together naturally. You've got to understand, John, most of these people are pretty self-absorbed, yet cankery. They just need a little bit of persuasion to join the cause. Word.
Yeah, but isn't that still kind of, dickish?
All these stubborn jackasses are going to double die anyway if we don't all work together and kill this guy. This is war, John. In times of war, difficult decisions have to be made with the many lives of many. Just think of me as a general giving orders to my troops. This just happens to be that the orders are a little more direct in this case. Hey, Circuit Deuce, let's not lose track of who's actually in charge of this shit, okay? Yeah. All hail her imperious teen condescension, the fresh new face of tyranny, Supreme Admiral Pisces. At this time, Jesus Christ. At this time, I would like to motion for 15 minutes bowing break so we could demonstrate our reverence for this bold, spunky leader. Yes! Tavros, stop bowing. That was a joke. No, keep doing that. Lower, swabby. Lower. Face on the fucking deck. Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
How do you mind control so many ghosts at once? Isn't that kind of hard?
Well, I do have a little help. John, did I mention my ancestor? She is the best.
She is?
I must admit, I was not in favor of the idea at first, but Vriska made a very strong case for using our combined powers in this way. In a perfect reality, no one would have to get hurt, but the stakes are too high to be shying away from such measures.
See what I mean? The best. Why would you make their color the exact fucking same?
It has been wonderful spending so much time on this adventure with my descendant. Not just because it's helped me get to know her better, but because it's opened my eyes to things about myself I was never really in touch with. There are certain capabilities within me I have never quite been able to face, and she's helped me realize I've been hiding from them all my life and well beyond. It must be true what they used to say on my world, that if you really want to know who you are, look to the legacy left behind by your ancestor. I think that wisdom works in both directions.
Aradia! Aradia, no!
No.
Well put, Marquise. I've always felt the exact same way. Puke! Oh my glove, the Cirque twins are being adorable again. Nitram, get your mop ready for swabbing up all the vomit that's coming out my mouth. Ew, no. Can you just stick a fork in the sentimental crap? Maybe pretend you ain't hit it off so good? You ever stop to think how this makes me feel?
There's no reason to be jealous, Mina. You know nothing has changed about our friendship.
Jealous? Bitch, no. This makes me think about my kid descendant and how instead of having this cool frenzy relation with her, I just got this uncontrollable urge to stab her to death so she doesn't threaten my supremacy. Which is a shame because she's so cute. God damn my royal blood and the crazy junk it makes me have to do. Oh well, maybe someday I'll find an heiress who my genes don't instinctively make me want to murder on sight. Then I can teach her the baddest ways of being a boss and shit.
God, trolls are so weird. And fuck off!
Look at Tavros. He's wearing his pupa outfit. I just noticed.
He is, yeah, people ban.
It's like a modified pupa pan to be more piratey.
Yeah. John just said that trolls are weird. He said it quietly, but I heard him.
Hey, you snitch!
Yeah, but aren't we? Moral of the story is Blue Kid is a dumb nerd, but is right when he says stuff. Look at it. Mina, shut up. Look at that. It's like me and him are becoming fast Ferrans, thus lulling him into a sense of false confidence already.
What?
Soon, my little whale. Soon.
It is true. To a human, the ways of trolls from both Alternia and before us will seem pretty strange. In fact, prior to uniting in the afterlife, even the two groups of trolls were reasonably alien to one another. I've had a great deal of time to study the cultures of many species throughout Paradox space. No matter which race you belong to, one can always find another whose ideals pose a challenge of comprehension to even the most open-minded. And though the ethical standards of those from Alternia may seem unpalatable to you, rest assured there are beings elsewhere in the cosmos whose violent behavior would be considered extreme even to most trolls.
Arania, shut up.
Actually, John, I'm very glad you brought this up because I was in the middle of a wonderful story about this very subject, which you interrupted when you boarded our ship.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Really, I'm quite pleased that you did. This way, I get to start over from the beginning.
Oh,
There were some rough patches in my original telling, which I can go back and fix. This time it will be much better.
Okay, what's the story about?
It is a tale about a very mysterious alien race called cherubs.
Oh?
Let us begin.
Oh, wait, I
Once
actually
upon
wanna
a
hear that.
time.
If anyone shuts her up, I'm gonna be so pissed.
it's gonna be Mina.
Yay! World building!
There was a very mysterious alien race called cherubs.
Arania, I thought you said you'd fix the shit parts of your story. You started with that crappy line the first time, too.
The opening line is fine.
Right, I guess. Not.
Oh, shut up and let me tell my story. Now, where was I?
There was a very mysterious alien race called cherubs.
Right, there was a very mysterious alien race called cherubs. But there was one cherub in particular who, for at least the first half of our story, will be our heroine.
Whoa, cool.
That's Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not.
Huh?
She spent eons roaming her galaxy completely alone, but the time had come for her to find a mate. This is no small task for a cherub. Being an asocial species, they spend virtually no time in each other's presence at all. Aside from when it is time to mate, they may go their entire lives without encountering another. And so they scatter their numbers throughout space, each staking a territory spanning many light years.
But like a predator is able to track the scent of its prey, a cherub can sense the presence of another nearby. This sense is especially strong if that cherub shares the same qualities its other half once had long ago, before it experienced the maturation process known as predomination.
Whoa. Get that out of here. No more. No. The trickster's
You
coming to
see,
the room.
when-
No.
No. You see, when a young cherub hatches, it would appear that only one creature has begun its life, but the appearance is not to be trusted. The young cherub actually consists of two completely distinct beings, a male and a female, each sharing one body. The two halves are endowed with polar opposite predispositions as well. One predisposed towards malevolence, another toward benevolence. Good or evil, if you prefer to deal in simplistic terms, or at least those which are convenient for the sake of this story. I prefer to view the dichotomy as a kind of moral alignment, like an attribute that dictates the choices a character makes in certain types of games I used to play. The male and female halves can be aligned either way, as long as they differ from each other. The resulting conflict between the two personalities is central to the life as a cherub, both before and after predomination. Shortly after hatching, the two halves begin vacillating, taking turns controlling the body. The only physical differentiation between the two is the coloration of their cheek swirls, which indicates alignment. There is otherwise no way to tell male and female apart before a cherub predominates. The vacillation process is demarcated by sleep. When the male goes to sleep, the female wakes up, and when the male wakes up again, the female sleeps. And so it goes back and forth like this as the two identities vie for dominance over the body, and ultimately, permanent control over the body. They grow to detest one another and develop a view of social interaction centered entirely around animosity and confrontation. For good cherubs, this readies them for a long life of isolation, as they will prefer to avoid the sort of conflict that comes with social interaction as they have been conditioned to understand it. But for evil ones, the contentious upbringing only serves to fuel their inclination to harm others. And though this duality makes for a tormented childhood, the inner conflict it creates is extremely important part of a young cherub's life. The defining part, actually. It is the struggle a cherub must overcome to mature, and this process culminates in predomination.
Ah.
One half will prove to have a stronger will than the other. The less dominant half will then weaken over time, and it will eventually become clear to both that one will not survive. The dominant personality will then completely consume the other, integrating it in such a way that only one is left. The cheeks will become solidly colored, and the cherub will grow to maturity as a single being, endowed with the alignment of the dominant half, and with all of his or her personal qualities at the forefront of the union. In the case of our heroine, she was the good half, and the day of her predomination was, in a sense, the day her brother died. And though it was to her benefit and personal growth, because of his loss, she would always live with a sense that something was missing. Every sexually mature cherub lives with this feeling. It drives them to seek out one another. It drives them to seek out other cherubs similar to the half they lost, the part of their being which they grew up in perpetual conflict with. The desire to travel the universe in hopes of reigniting that conflict is very important to their species. It's the force which compels them to procreate. So she set out to track his scent, as it were. And soon she found a physical trail as well, a path of carnage left by a particularly destructive male cherub. She followed the debris from civilized worlds and star systems she left behind, as if to mock her, to make it clear he knew of her pursuit and was all but paving her way with the dead. His brutality made her more furious, thus setting the mood, so to speak, for their imminent courtship.
Huh?
These are the two Kickstarter trolls.
Oh, I was about to say, who are these? Who are
Oh
these
yeah, like
people?
I was about to. Why was there so much effort put into these two?
These are the
Okay.
these are the two poor saps who paid $10,000 to have
my
their trolls in
God.
the comic.
Wait,
That was not worth
I
it.
think I remember the other stipulation of this.
I will say that on the next page.
Yeah, I think I already
The sheriff of his
said.
alignment is seemingly motivated by little other than to conquer and destroy. From a bioexistential perspective, they behave somewhat like viruses attacking the system from within. But as with all symbiotic organisms living within a universe, there are balancing factors. While those inhabiting an evil cherub's territory will regard it as an unpredictable tyrant, those in the territory of a good cherub will likely come to view it as a protector, waiting quietly for millennia in deep space, ready to attack any encroaching threat. In that sense, they are not unlike cells in a universal immune system. There was also a $100,000 tier that was have your troll live for more than one page.
Right. That was the other stipulation, that they die immediately.
This balance of forces allows stability, such that life and new civilizations can blossom and thrive within a universe, thus assuring the possibility of its own elaborate procreation process. But if that balance was ever disturbed, it would lead to chaos in that biosystem. The universe could not survive for long, and if by some means a cherub with such destructive tendencies were to achieve unprecedented power, the resulting imbalance would be catastrophic for Paradox Space itself. And though the heroine of our story could have no way of knowing, this is exactly what would result from the pursuit of her chismesis. Like humans, cherubs perceive romance through only one quadrant. Unlike humans, their relationships are exclusively black. But their mating ritual is much more violent than any practice trolls would or even physically could engage in. And though it is critical to the perpetuation of their race, the confrontations can sometimes be lethal to one or both cherubs. Regardless of the outcome, the stakes are always high. The winner of the duel will assume control of the other's territory, while the loser will slink away to bear the offspring. So, as she toured the planetary wreckage, she knew her quest for a mate was not just about propagation of her species, but the liberation of billions from a monster. She pursued him for many sweeps with mounting obsession, until one day the trail came to an end at a black hole. Cherubs typically seek out black holes as the setting for their mating ritual, but not any black hole. Once long ago, it was a star, and circling that star was a planet. That planet was home to one of the presently sparring cherubs. The male in this case returned to the site of his hatching to mate, a location now conspicuously occupied by a truly massive black hole. This was where she found him, and this was where they would duel.
Ooh.
While an adult cherub is a fearsome creature and would be formidable opponent to anyone in its unaltered state, this is not the form in which they do battle with each other. The ritual is more extreme and physically demanding than any other kind of courtship or duel in the universe. The moment they meet, they will both undergo a dramatic metamorphosis.
What the fuck?
The mates will then
Ouroboros.
duel as two vast, frightening serpents, each an astronomical unit in length.
That's why they're like codes are Ouroboros, because they're big stings.
Oh.
The tangled struggle between the green Oz is exceedingly brutal and can last for sweeps. While dueling in such a monstrous form, their energy is inexhaustible. The transformation taps into the cherub's latent connection with the enigmatic forces proceeding over all that is eternal and permeating all those endowed with immortality. Normally, this power is only accessible to them during mating. In this form, they are only able to be injured by one another and are otherwise indestructible. Hence, the ritual can never be stopped by an outside force until it is complete.
Oh, is this Caliburn and Calliope's parents then?
Perchance.
For shit. It looks like Sans.
Okay.
It's fucking horrible.
No, you see it, right?
Guy who's only played on Delta and Undertale.
It should come as no surprise that in this story, our heroine was victorious. Upon defeating her mate, she initiated the interlocking formation to complete the coupling while in the dominant position. Yes, a stance undetectable to all but the most astute observers of the zoologically dubious. Consequently, the male was fertilized with the young.
Rules.
He then slithered away in disgrace from the territory he'd just lost. A cherub looking to nest will search for a dead planet situated near a massive dying star. The egg is deposited on the planet's surface, and the rising temperature from the expanding red giant will incubate the egg until it's ready to hatch. Later in life, the cherub will grow wings, assuming it has matured properly. If it has learned to fly well enough to reach a safe distance from the nest before the star goes supernova, soon the hungry cherub will return and feast on the resulting stellar energy. Doing so allows it to gain enough strength to travel great distances and claim its own territory. The star will then collapse into a black hole, serving as a distinct gravitational beacon to a cherub later in life so that it may return there to mate. As it happens, our heroine's mate discovered Earth, long after it had been journeyed to a new sun, and long since new civilizations had risen and fallen. Now on the brink of destruction from its dying star, its barren accommodations were ideal for a young cherub. There he deposited his single egg and flew away, never to return. No cherub ever spawns more than one offspring at a time, for it is every cherub's destiny to grow up alone. Or alone on the outside, at least. From that egg hatched one very special cherub with two names, one that few will ever know, and one that few should ever say. A fascinating thing about cherub reproduction is how the parent's alignment is passed on to the young. If the male lays the egg, the alignments of the child's two halves will be the same as the parents'. If the female lays the egg, the alignments will be flipped, and the young male and female halves will be endowed with opposite alignments of the parents. As such, the male half took after his father. Perhaps the son even exceeded him in violent tendencies. It is hard to imagine there has ever been a cherub more willfully destructive or as stubbornly dedicated to conquest than the monstrosity he would grow up to become. Hey,
Yeah, I see.
Gamzee.
Hey,
Yeah.
Gamzee, what do you mean you're here for this?
due to his indomitable nature, I believe victory over his sister was a foregone conclusion. Barring a highly improbable glitch in causality, it would be almost impossible for her to predominate over someone like him. And even so, he didn't have the patience to wait. Unfortunately for everyone to ever exist, he discovered a way to predominate early. Yet it was not this act alone that would prove ominous, so much as the means through which it was achieved. He was allowed to become the solo player of a game, which his kind was never meant to play. And so, it is with the predomination of her son that our heroine's story ends, and the story of our villain begins.
Oh.
Look at a
Hey! Mina, where are you going?
I'm taking a gaper break. God.
But the story isn't over yet.
Do we get to hear them talk, or is this another fucking thing?
Nope, that was it.
Fafetta.
But, girl, your stories never end. My bladder can't keep even. What the fuck? Girl, your stories never end. My bladder can't even deal. Just keep talking while I'm gone.
No, that's okay. We can wait.
I've already heard the damn story.
Not all of it.
Clever fuck. Can you just keep yapping about snake sex while I hit the little grubs room already? The little grubs room.
I'm afraid not. Everyone must listen to the full story.
Oh my fucking god. You really are turning evil, aren't ya? I would be proud except of how terrible and boring the actual consequences are for me personally.
Wait, does that mean when you're a ghost you still have to pee?
None of your business, blue kid.
That's so weird. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird?
John, that's fucking rude. Yeah, dummy. That's why you get used to it pretty fast.
You skipped the line.
What? Oh. Sorry, it was blue. They're all the same. They're bleeding together. No, John. It's definitely pretty weird that ghosts have to pee. You get used to life as a ghost pretty fast, though.
But weren't you already pretty used to peeing when you were alive?
Yeah, that's why I get used to it pretty fast, dummy.
This is kind of a stupid conversation. Can we hear more about the snakes and whatnot? It was a pretty cool story.
Yes, as soon as Mina returns from her visit to the Load Gaper.
Holy mackerel, can you shit fucks just enjoy your space lizard porn while I take a fucking piss?
I think we could all stand to take a brief intermission from the story
Oh my
regardless. To
God.
let all these intriguing facts about Cherub sink in.
Ugh, you and your intermissions. What is it with intermissions? They ain't even intermissions most of the time. They're just an excuse to tell another dumb story instead of a longer dumb story.
Yes, Amina, you are correct, and your reservations are noted. However, would it change your mind if I were to propose not an intermission, but an interfission? Mm.
Ugh, fine, let's do the interfission thing you said, because of fish. BRB scrubs.
Begin intermission.
Theffery is on this boat.
It's fucking elevator stuff.
Yeah, of course it's elevator stuff.
Oh my god.
They're all playing it. Look at them play their silly instruments.
Wait, that's so cute, actually.
Oh, this rules.
We have to watch the whole thing.
Of course we do.
So Theffery's on the boat. So why aren't they, like, killing each other?
Huh?
Theffery's on the boat.
She can probably keep it in for a little bit. They're not interacting.
Yeah, but I thought it was a proximity thing.
I think it's when they're talking.
Yeah.
She just feels the need to kill her.
Guess we're back.
We're not done.
We're not done. like captain, I guess.
After, I guess. So, what are we doing here? I see. Hashtag K thinks bye.
Awesome.
This sucks. That's it.
That was rude.
End of intermission. Whoa, I unlocked an album.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Anyway, where was I?
The heroine story ends and the villain story begins, I think.
Yes, that's right. It is with the predomination of her son that our heroine story ends and the story of our villain begins.
Oh. Baby
But as we all know,
Caliborn.
beginnings are not always so easy to pinpoint in paradox space. One could say his story began the day he claimed immortality, or the moment his being was inexplicably confined to a MacGuffin, allowing him to access any realm in which his vessel could capriciously materialize. But for the sake of linearity, we may as well say his story began the day he and his sister hatched.
Baby.
Ew!
And when a cherub hatches, the two underdeveloped personalities mingle together in the same body. There is not yet a clear division between the two. It will then consume the eggshell for the vital nutrients it contains. The sugary snack is irresistible to the starving wiggler.
Us.
Once it finishes its first meal, the two personalities will be pulled apart for good, and the child will pupate. The two halves will then begin vacillating with their sleep cycles, as I described.
Please do Mama Gamzee. Please do Mama Gamzee. Please do Mama Gamzee.
You want the weirdest
Yeah!
As you might expect, the female child was as cheerful and friendly as could be.
Yay!
She took after her mother in every way. At least the way her mother used to be, long before she was hardened by centuries of isolation and obsessive pursuit of justice.
No.
And, to just as little surprise, the male child was an insufferable brat. It is just as well that cherub parents abandon their offspring. Raising such a child by the familial standards of any race would be a monumental challenge.
Oh. It was him?
Nevertheless, it would seem there were those who tried. Details in my research suggest our villain had a number of acolytes operating in the shadows, preparing for his arrival. We will probably never know who these scurrilous conspirators were.
Yeah, never.
But it is evident that It is evident that at some point the cherub was locked in a room, either out of exasperation or for its own good, until it was old enough to enter the session.
If you had asked me who I thought locked them up, I would have thought like, oh, it was probably like some ancient demon. It was probably Jack Noir himself. I would have never guessed Gamzee.
Why do you think he's the most important?
The most important character in Homestuck.
I hate that that's proven, right? Ew! Raw
The
meat.
children were left with everything a young cherub could ever want: meat, candy, computers, a lifetime supply of special stardust, and of course their precious MacGuffins. The acolytes had clearly gone to great lengths to harvest such items from all over the cosmos, so they could lavish their young master with gifts. They may have been prisoners, yes, but if you ask me, these children were very spoiled.
Interesting.
While the female was preparing for a collaborative approach to the game, the male was plotting furiously against her. He had never had any intention of working with her. As far as he was concerned, the game was his and his alone to conquer.
Yeah, at this point we know what happens. Yeah, we've seen this.
One day, he put his plan into motion. He had his sister's dream self assassinated on Prospect. The next time she went to sleep, she woke up and she would never wake up again. Then her brother woke up, and he became the sole occupant of the body. He then freed himself from his chains and launched the session by himself.
Uh-huh.
But this game was never meant to be played solo. Its format is inherently cooperative. The diversity of players, the combination of their efforts and aspects, this is what awakens the true creative potential of the game. Without them, a session will wither and die. If one enters
Love
alone,
the
it
game.
completely alters the nature of the game. It changes its purpose. For a solo player, a challenging quest becomes an insurmountable one. A reward of infinite promise becomes a boon far more sinister. The gauntlet which the player must overcome is seemingly designed to be impossible. For all intents and purposes, it is not actually a game at all. It is a death sentence for any player foolish enough to accept the challenge. But it bears repeating, this was a very special cherub.
You know, that's something I kind of just thought about, is that I've been kind of, in my mind, downplaying how powerful Caliborn already is. So I'm like, okay, when does this guy actually get powerful? But no, she makes a very good point. He's been on an insurmountable quest and seemingly just casually being like, all right, what happens next?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we saw him bite his own leg off. You just now clocked that?
That's different. He had to do that.
No?
He kind of did. If you wanted to leave.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
entered what is called a dead session. This qualifies as both a null and void session, but is even less than either of those. Compared to a typical session, it is almost unrecognizable. Before the game begins, Skya is blotted out with a dark layer of clouds. Its light is extinguished for good. There is no planet waiting for the player in the medium. Instead, he brought it with him.
Land of... And, oh,
But when he arrived, there was no heroic journey for him to embark on. There was nothing. No sprite, no consorts, no underlings. The land had no name. Those things all needed to be unlocked. To unlock his true quest, he was forced to undergo a series of excruciatingly tedious trials. Only then would the way to the planet's core be revealed. There, he would consult with the most monstrous denizen of all. And while such
Damn, Caesar.
trials might discourage most players from even trying, our villain's response was quite the contrary. He was only emboldened by the mind-numbing chores. He took them with gusto, as if performing them out of spite.
as if performing them out of spite.
So, I get that she's like the sylph of light and stuff. How the fuck does she know all this?
You have to keep in mind, she's hundreds, if not thousands of years old
Right.
at this point. She's been dead for so fucking long, and she's found so much stuff and learned so many things from different races.
That is true. Okay.
With perseverance, he found the final door and unlocked it. Waiting for him on the other side was a terrible creature called Yaldabaoth. His denizen would allow him a brief audience, one just long enough for him to make the choice.
The choice.
Sound.
Ooh. Oh. No. Whoa.
Do you
Flash warning.
Do you recognize this?
Is this?
What the fuck?
It's like that statue.
Yeah, so on Dirk's planet.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, does Dirk have Yaldabaoth on his fucking planet?
Perchance.
You did
Well, if he did,
say.
he's probably dead.
You did
Because
mention
their
that that was for
sentiment-
hardcore players. That was a denizen for hardcore players.
Mm-hmm. You can scroll down for me to read, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's huge. No denizen has ever been mistaken for pleasant company, but the self-proclaimed god of all monsters is notoriously inhospitable to his players. His choices are known for their wild extremes, and to this player, in this session, he offered his most extreme choice of all. It was the choice between a path of conquest and a path of sacrifice. But this is putting it lightly. In a tongue only his player could understand, he described what the path of the martyr entailed. In short, it involved nothing. The player chooses to walk away from the temptation of power, to surrender all ambition and to welcome death. In exchange for this pledge comes a promise. The player's sacrifice is assured to benefit all those who will ever live. In death, the player would later be in the position to help bring an end to the force of unfathomable evil and destruction. A force which was unleashed, for instance, by someone who opted for the other choice. Yaldabaoth then described what it meant to choose the path of the conqueror. It was a path for a more active player, to be sure. The player's mettle as a sort of conquering force. The player's mettle as a conquering force would be tested directly and repeatedly. One by one, he would have to conquer and destroy a number of planets spawned for him in the session. Each would be more difficult than the last. After destroying them all, his true land would become unlocked. He would then return to face his denizen again and defeat him in combat. If successful, his reward would be unprecedented. He would receive the boon of unconditional immortality, where resurrection would not be linked with just or heroic nature of death. It is unclear how this boon would be awarded, since to my knowledge it is beyond even the ability of a denizen to allow this. But through whatever mechanism the boon is bestowed, immortality is only the beginning. The player is somehow also imbued with a limitless supply of power, enough to destroy anything he wanted, for as long as he wanted. And knowing the villain of our story, anything he wanted would be everything, and as long as he wanted would be forever. Yes, knowing our villain, the choice he would make is quite clear. Knowing him, in fact, proves it would hardly be considered a choice at all. It was at this point the real game would begin. Skaya would undergo a dramatic transformation, becoming even darker and heavier.
What?
Oh, it's like an egg.
Soon it would become a very massive solid sphere. It would begin to generate heat within due to rising density. The surface would begin to crack.
Holy. Are those.
Those are 8 balls.
They are.
They're billiards balls, yeah.
Uh huh.
The resulting explosion is known as the first break. From the primordial blast would emerge 15 planets for the player to conquer. They would scatter and ricochet at high velocity before settling into orbit in the medium. The break is a very violent phenomenon, though not all planets will necessarily. Oh, sorry. The break is a very violent phenomenon, though. Not all planets will necessarily clear the blast before the sky and debris settles into its final state.
Interesting.
The vast amount of resulting matter then collapses into a black hole. Its gravitational pull is tremendous, and any object within range would be sucked in and destroyed. Those planets which settle into orbit would be safe for the time being. But in the case of our villain's session, 3 of the planets did not make it and fell back into the hole. This was a very lucky break for him.
Okay. Okay.
It meant he would only have to conquer 12 planets instead. This bit of good fortune could very well have been the difference which allowed him to overcome a nearly impossible challenge. His task was to destroy all of these planets in order, each within a time allowance that gets shorter with every planet. To destroy a planet, first it must be conquered. He would have to overcome all forces of resistance on that planet and ultimately defeat whatever powerful underling ruled there. Then, much like he did to unlock the quest in the first place, he would have to travel to the planet's core. There, he would retrieve a bomb and return to the surface. If he did not accomplish this in time, the bomb would detonate in the core and the game would be lost automatically. The bomb is not powerful enough to destroy the planet alone. In fact, its purpose is not to damage the planet at all, but to move it.
Uh-huh.
So he must bring it to a designated location on the surface. When it explodes, the planet will be knocked out of orbit and sucked into the hole. Of course, he
he's
must
playing
make sure he
cool.
has moved. Yeah, he has
Uh,
moved on to the next planet before this happens. He repeats this process for each planet until they are all gone. There is one caveat though. He must skip the 8th planet. If he sinks that one before any of the others, it will result in the destruction of the entire session. Thus, it must be the final planet he conquers.
uh-huh. Land of Villain.
Upon destroying the 8th planet, his true land will reveal itself. The dead planet will come to life, and there he must prepare for battle with his denizen. He may sharpen his combat skills, craft new weaponry, anything he can do to improve his chances against a very powerful endgame foe. Fortunately for him, he would not have to face the monster alone. By then, he would have accumulated a party of loyal minions.
The Felds.
With each planet he destroys, he will be rewarded a new leprechaun follower. Even if a planet was destroyed in the break, he will still be awarded that planet's leprechaun upon destroying the planet preceding it. Sort of like a 2-for-1 deal.
Wait, leprechauns?
Yes, John. I'm delighted to see you have pounced on what is clearly the most interesting part of the story thus far. Leprechauns are a fascinating mythical race, although there is some dispute among scholars as to whether they are actually a breed of gnome. I can't say I blame you for being speechless. There are no doubt hundreds of questions swirling in your head at once about these wonderful creatures. Where do I even begin? If you must forgive me, I find it very difficult to resist going on at length about them. I just think they are so great. For instance, I can and have given lectures for weeks at a time of their marvelous and widely varying magical abilities. More interesting yet would be any medium to long form harangue on the topic of their culture and customs, most of which revolve around luck. But most captivating of all, and the subject upon which I will now studiously expound, would be the positively scintillating subject of leprechaun romance.
Oh
No.
my god.
No.
The problem is that when the subject of leprechaun romance is
Uh,
broached, our overly obsessive troll intellects instantly assume the most ingrating posture of admiration imaginable, which makes it hard to give it proper academic focus. I mean, because of how great it is. But we will have to do our best to understand regardless. Trolls have only 4 forms of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what leprechauns consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and and to rule our individual destinies like little else, is just that, a single quaternary concept. A concept. Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh, are you okay? I heard that.
Yeah, that was my upstairs neighbor.
oh, wow.
Okay.
I thought that was
I thought
thunder.
that was
A single
thunder.
quaternary concept. A concept usually denoted by 4 symbols: heart, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Leprechaun romance is more complicated than that. Leprechaun romance needs 9 symbols.
Oh my god.
The 9 quadrants of leprechaun romance are considerably more nuanced than our quaint notions of romance, and certainly more alien. In fact, so conditioned is my own understanding of romance that I can't help but refer to them as quadrants, even when they in fact are not quadrants at all. They are referred to as charms. one of the charms is characterized by romantic love, as understood by both trolls and humans. But after that, all bets are off. There is no division between black or red, concupiscent or conciliatory. Instead, their charms comprise a spectral continuum of more subtly varying types of relationships, most of which are established in mutual chicanery, such as exchange of pranks, coy riddles, slapstick shenanigans, and games of chance. Furthermore, a pair of leprechauns is not limited to a single charm. A relationship may be defined by multiple charms at once. In fact, some of the most interesting relationships arise from exotic charm combinations. A stable relationship consisting of 3 or more charms is called a trove. These advanced relationships are often viewed as an ideal end result for romance, much the way certain pairings rituals are for humans. No charm is specifically tied to procreation, though. Any type of relationship could begin waxing concupiscent if Lady Luck should so decide. Certain charm combinations are known to be more conductive to fertility than others. If leprechaun pairs have been so blessed, they will begin an elaborate coupling procedure culminating in a very lively mating jig. The jigs are specific to the charms, of course, similar to how different kinds of music lend themselves to various styles of dance. While their romance is endlessly captivating, leprechaun reproduction may be the most interesting subject of all, particularly from the perspective of detailed anatomical study, which I will get to shortly. But first, it bears pointing out that while for humans, reproductive relationships are exclusively heterosexual, and for trolls, they are bisexual, for leprechauns, they.
Oh, that's me. Wow, what a story!
But I wasn't finished.
Wasn't that a great story, everyone? Wow! Sorry, it all blended together in my eyes.
Yeah, no,
It's okay.
I meant to
You just have to pay
highlight it and
attention to
then.
who's talking. You really liked it that much, Vriska?
Hell yeah! Oh my god! That leprechaun stuff? So good, right, guys?
Wow. Well, I would be happy to continue then if you.
Mind Fang, have I told you how great it's been to get to know each other and team up on adventures and stuff? I really feel like you've helped me get in touch with my ancestral roots, mainly as a kick-ass storyteller. It was like this whole part of my personality I was never aware of. Like the part that's compelled to just... Who is mowing their damn lawn? Right outside my window. I was never aware of, like the part that's compelled to just outright explain tons of really interesting things to people while sparing no detail absolutely whatsoever. It's made me feel a lot closer to understanding my aspect as well as closer to you, so I just wanted to say thanks.
Aw, you're welcome. I feel the same way about my time with you. You really helped me get in touch with the true pirate within. I saw you in the adventurous spirit I always wished I could be. You helped me finally understand the virtue in rationalizing questionable decisions and behaving unscrupulously for the greater good.
Stop! You're gonna make me start tearing up. Get over here and give me a hug, Alpha Sister.
Yay! No.
Wank, wank.
I love their relationship.
They needed her to shut the fuck up.
She knows. Hey, John.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Who are you? Oh, that's Terezi.
That's Terezi.
Sorry, I'm not so used
With
to seeing her
eyes.
eyes.
With
not
eyes,
fully.
yeah.
Her eyes don't usually look like that.
Hey, Carcat.
They're black.
She
Yeah.
can see? Who?
You know, Vriska's ancestor? The friendly one who tells long stories?
Oh, yeah. Her. I don't know. I can't keep all these ghost names straight. Fliptuna, Meowlin. Wasn't there a Carlos? Fuck it. They're all named Carlos as far as I'm concerned. Wait, except Mina. She was alright. A little forward, but whatever. This isn't the point. All I remember about my interaction with the circuit girl was getting cornered into these ludicrous monologues, then racking my brain for excuses to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, well, I was a little more tactful than you and actually listened. And let her talk me into something I shouldn't have.
So she was just like, poof! And suddenly your eyes were better.
Yes.
What is she, some sort of magic fairy?
Yes. That's kind of literally what she is.
Oh. All right. I guess her story checks out then. Good for her. But this doesn't seem like you, Terezi. I mean, I didn't think you even wanted your eyesight back. I never met anyone as chuffed about her own disability as you. I was always under the impression you felt like it was a big part of who you are.
It was! The moment she healed me, I knew I made a terrible mistake. But I couldn't take it back. I thought about it, like just blinding myself again and pretending it never happened. But even the way it happened originally was something special to me. I can't duplicate that. And even if I could, it still wouldn't be the same. I can't seem to forgive myself for being so stupid. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to take the only cool and unique thing about myself and fix it. What was I thinking?
Whoa. The only cool thing about you? Terezi, I want to be understanding, but I can't get behind some of the shit you're saying about yourself here. What made you start unraveling like this?
I think it was when we started meeting our ancestors. And I thought they were all cooler and older and more interesting than us. Even though they probably weren't. They had a lot of problems and insecurities too. But I guess the kind that older kids have, and when you're younger you don't really recognize them as problems. You look at those things as just part of what it's like being someone who's more interesting and grown up than you. Maybe since I'm not as young anymore, I guess I can see that now. But I was stupidly awestruck by some people who were not so impressive in retrospect, and I made a dumb mistake.
Wait, we met all those people like kind of a long time ago. How long have you been hiding this from everyone?
I don't know, a year or something? And I wasn't hiding it, I just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's what hiding it means.
But you usually can't see my eyes anyway, 'cause of my glasses. Duh.
I know, but not telling anyone that... Sorry. I know, but not telling anybody that... But not telling anybody that is still being pointlessly secretive. You could have said, hey, Carcat, I fucked up and now I can see again. Maybe we can talk about this so I don't go into a tragic downward spiral and make you worry about me for no reason.
I'm sorry. I should have, but I was so ashamed.
And what about this clandestine black rum nonsense you got going on with Gamzee?
What?
Have you been dating him for just as long? Was he involved in that decision? Like, did he help talk you into healing your eyes or something?
How did you know we were dating? Did he tell you?
Oh my god. Terezi, you are a fucking catastrophe. Used to be like cunning and... Oh, I ran out of water.
What's that fucking thing from the thing we watched? I didn't even hesitate to get my old life back.
Oh, that was Community?
No,
Oh,
it
no.
was a Sentai.
Oh, that was Dawn Brothers. That was Oni's sister.
She got her points.
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Community, girl.
Awesome.
Used to be like cunning and considerably more intelligent than me, which I have no problem admitting. But this is ridiculous. Even if I didn't figure it out myself, which I did because it was obvious. You're up here on the roof lying unconscious in a bottle of honk horns and Faygo bottles. I'm not a master of deduction, but unless you were recently stomped on by some sort of golem composed of garbage from a circus, it seems fair to say you're officially down with the clown.
Ugh. Okay, yes, it's true.
Well, what do you have to say about it?
I couldn't get up the nerve to tell you about that either. In a way, I'm even more disgusted with myself for dating that asshole than I am for healing my eyes.
Then why are you doing it?
I don't know. I can't bring myself to stop seeing him. Every time I think I can't stomach the sight of his ugly face for another second, he pulls me back in. He's just so awful.
Dave.
Hey, guys. Like, so
He
you
always
think that's
knows
the
exactly
foreshadowing?
what to say to piss me off. Everything he does. His fake god-tier suit, his smug expression, the dumbass way he butchers his sentences. Saying shit like, oh, getting up at his motherfucking honk on. Ugh! I hate it so much! But I keep coming back for more. He's like a drug. Even more addictive than this revolting soda I can't stop drinking. I've had so much Faygo, I can't even taste the color anymore. I just taste the sugar in the bubbles and the awful flavor it leaves behind, which just makes me drink more to wash it away. Until I feel so nasty I have to take a long soda nap, but I wake up loathing myself even more. So I just reach for another bottle. It is truly the wicked elixir.
Rezzy.
I want him to be out of my life. He's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But I guess you can't help who you hate.
This is killing me, hearing this. I seriously want to weep actual puke out of my eyeballs from this story. How did this happen? I gotta say, I didn't see it coming. If you told me sweeps ago, you and he, I wouldn't believe it. Like if the waiting was on the wall, like if the writing was on the wall there, I should as fuck didn't read it.
Yeah, it snuck up on me. It didn't help that he terrorized us when we were hiding from Jack. Right under my nose, too. Somehow I didn't put the pieces together at the time and let him get away with the murder. And gradually I started having these uncontrollable thoughts about him. Dark thoughts. When I would catch a whiff of him in the corridors like he was taunting me, that just fanned the flames. Then we started talking shit with each other more and more. And he was so much nastier than he ever used to be. Way more than any of our friends ever were. One time he started mocking my blindness, which never bothered me when anyone else did it. But somehow, the stuff he said, I let it get under my skin. And combined with meeting a lot of new people I felt like I couldn't live up to, that's when I started reconsidering Arania's offer.
I knew it. I knew he must have had something to do with that decision. That slimy bastard. This is mostly my fault. I wasn't vigilant enough with him, and I let our moral allegiance break down. If I kept a closer eye on him, maybe he wouldn't have lured you into a spinning tent of shit.
No, you shouldn't feel like...
Or maybe it's Kanaya's fault. She's always been a really good auspicist. Maybe she could have prevented this if she wasn't so preoccupied herself. No, wait. It's actually my fault again. If I had been on the ball and auspicized between her and Rose, she would have had the time to auspicize between you and Gansey. Damn it. I always say I know so much about romance, yet I routinely underestimate its complexity, so I only figure out what to do after it's way too late. God, I'm so stupid.
Floor, shut up! It's no one's fault but mine. I'm the one who has to deal with it.
Yeah, okay. For what it's worth, he'll probably just break it off and leave you once we get to the new session. All his loyalties and priorities are totally warped now. I'm not sure what he really cares about anymore, but sure isn't any of us.
You think he will leave me?
Yeah, I do. Well, what? Isn't that what you want?
No! I'd be devastated if he just suddenly ditched me like that.
Okay, help me out. You're confusing me here.
I feel pathetic, and I guess a sick and terrible part of me doesn't want him to go. But if he does, I want it to be because I tell him it's over.
Wow. Alright. Guess that makes sense. Sorry. Just trying to be supportive here. But I'm not always sure what the right thing to say is. I'm doing my fucking best. This is complicated for me too. You're both my friends.
I know. I appreciate your intentions, Carcat. Maybe it would be better if you weren't sitting up there in that backwards chair while you talk to me.
What? Why?
Yeah, dude, you should probably ditch the chair.
What the fuck is wrong with my chair?
Really sit on it front ways, or offer her another chair. I don't know, it's kind of a dumb affection. What the fuck is that word?
Affectation.
Affectation in this context.
No, look, it's casual and relaxed. Like, it visually conveys that my presence in the conversation is humble and non-threatening, yet frank and attentive. What the fuck do you want from me?
To sit on the goddamn floor?
Why can't I squat on the dirty floor? What difference does it make?
So you can be on the same vertical plane with your friend while you exhibit compassion for her grody clown problem.
Dave, it's fine. Never mind about the chair. I don't really care. It just struck me as a bit distractingly silly, that's all.
Okay, wow, fine. Fuck the chair. Pardon me for making myself comfortable during a sincere heart-to-heart discussion with a dear friend in need. But the time has come for me to cease straddling this deeply offensive piece of furniture. Away with ye, four-legged temptress. Distract us no more with the most basic and utilitarian form of creature comfort you supply.
Carcat just threw a tantrum about a chair. I just want Carcat tantrum bingo.
That sucks. At last, we are free from the accursed instrument of ass elevation.
Where did you even get the chair? Did you steal it from the common area?
Unlike everyone else ever, I happen to make a practice of capture logging items, which might be convenient on a day-to-day basis. So I'm strolling around and find myself in need of a place to sit. Bam! Suddenly, a chair. And no, I didn't steal it. How could I steal something from the common area? Nobody actually owns any of that fucking furniture. That's why it's called the common area, you accusatory piece of filth.
Sounds like communism. You communist or something? Actually, that makes perfect sense with your sickle and all.
What are you talking about?
Wait, and John has a hammer. Oh shit, it's all adding up. When we arrive, are you going to team up with John to seize the means of production?
You
I
appear
need
to
you
be...
to know that John and Carcat's ship name is communism.
That's
And it was
hilarious.
before this. So I think it's a direct reference.
Probably, yeah.
Hilarious.
You appear to be jump-starting a facetious discussion about some sort of human economic ideological framework without having the slightest clue that your vehicle is parked squarely in the nobody gives a fuck zone.
I'm just saying. First chairs, what next? See, I am all about private property and pocketing dough. Do you have any idea how rich I am? I'm a man of means, motherfucker. Oh yeah, he's like rich, isn't he?
Something like that. What is your point?
Just don't come after my boonies, dude. Or should I say, Carcat Max? Marks? I read it wrong.
Carcat Max.
Hey, shut up. Keep going. Shut up. Don't acknowledge. Come on, man.
You aren't being serious now. These are not the words of a serious person. I was having a serious discussion like a big-time adult with my good friend Terezi. Your callous and nonsensical remarks are derailing us from the delicate subject at hand. Why don't you be useful and say something reassuring to our sad mutual buddy, you wailing jet engine of infantile stultiloquence. Stultiloquence.
I don't have much to say about this. I've kind of got to recuse myself on the matter. I'm all kinds of on record as being squicked out by the idea of hate relationships. So I got no point of reference for gauging when one is fucked up the way that's normal for trolls, or if it's fucked up because it's actually fucked up and terrible. This is like some ex-alien boyfriend prime directive shit. Where'd you go?
Sorry.
I can't intervene because I don't know what I'm talking about. But you do, so I guess keep going. But you were saying some pretty good stuff before I started riding your jock about chairs.
Terezi, do you see what I have to deal with? Actually, I guess you can. You can now literally see what I have to deal with and experience all due empathy for the fact that I have a douche as a best friend.
Yes, I can see. The view from here is douche-tacular.
Thank you.
So that's it then? No advice at all, Smart Alec? Why'd I even bring you here for this intermission then?
Intermission?
Intervention, I mean. Sorry, I misspoke.
Sorry, that was my phone.
You alright?
You don't have your phone on silent? What the hell's wrong with you, Jade?
You have to take it?
No, that's really funny.
No, it's fine.
Okay. It's not an intervention either. My ghostly head's all beaming out of this crab for moral support, yo. I'm in my homie's corner even if he's a massive socialist. Terezi, I think I can probably figure this out. She grew up alone and blind in a forest. I think she will manage to bounce out of her juggalo phase. But yeah, Terezi, you should at least quit the fucking soda.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yes, I'll stop.
What? Just like that?
Sure. It's really gross.
People ship the three of them. I feel like that's a thing that happens.
Oh my
Absolutely.
god. Please shut up, Carcat. I'm begging you.
Your throat's gonna hate you at the end of this.
I'm actually gonna get a drink of water. Also, my mom has been here this whole time.
Where's your you got your throaty Cody?
I'm not making throat coat right now.
Oh my god.
I'm
fucking
I'm
guy.
simply not doing it.
Okay.
Did I do okay with the Arania babble?
You definitely
Yes, you
did,
did.
yeah.
You did wonderfully.
I sent the
Yes,
I sent
stultiloquence, noun,
yeah.
senseless or silly talk, babble.
There you go.
If I had known we were allowed to be sending definitions this whole time.
Fucking course, Carcat would pull out a word like that.
Stultiloquence. I bet he's done nothing but read dictionaries and watch shitty movies with Dave.
Dave putting on a shitty movie, Carcat immediately walking out of the room.
I don't think he'd walk out of the room. I think he would just.
He would pretend to, and then he'd stand in the doorway and watch.
Dave turns around. You good, man?
You know you can sit on the couch, right?
Oh, I'm getting a call now from New Mexico. Let's answer this.
New Mexico.
Hello? Hello?
Answering.
Did you just say you're getting?
unmuted.
Did you just say you're getting a call from Mexico?
New Mexico? Excuse you.
Dude, don't
I
be
made a
selling me
second
shit. I'm leaving. Bye bye. Have a good day. Hope you don't die. He hung up first.
one.
Nice.
He hung up first.
All right.
Alright. Get back into it.
I think we're missing the point here. This isn't just about an unhealthy obsession with a foul soft drink. It's about how you feel about yourself. You're barely functional right now. You can't even pick yourself up off the floor and put on a pair of pants. Remember pants, Terezi? You used to love pants.
Yeah, pants are pretty great.
You used to be a lot of things, and all of those things were good things. But now that we're about to arrive, right when we need you the most, you do a sensational belly flop into a circus fat of your own tangly slobber.
Oh, please. What could you possibly need me for?
You're an important member of this party. We'll need you to help us stand up to Jack and wherever else is waiting for us there.
I don't think I will be very useful.
Well, not like this you won't. You gotta get your act together.
No, I mean, even then I won't be. I don't have much to offer even on my best days.
What about your mind powers, though? What if we need somebody with mind powers to do some sort of mindy thing?
What mind powers?
You know, the ones where you flip a coin and something crazy happens. Okay, I don't actually know how it works, but what about that?
I never developed those powers very well, and it's been a long time since I even thought about them. I don't think they're very valuable, honestly. In fact, all they ever seemed to do was trick me into feeling like I knew what I was doing. They actually made me believe I was in control of other people's fates. Not even to speak of my own. It was a really dangerous kind of delusion, and now it feels like the only heroic thing I ever did with those powers was use them to justify killing a friend.
Huh? Oh, right.
And what's worse is, to this day, I'm still not even totally sure if it was necessary. I think I've lost the ability to tell if I'm being punished for what I did or if I'm punishing myself.
Well, yeah, of course it was necessary. Even if it wasn't the morally right choice or whatever, it was obviously something that had to happen. That's the cruel thing about our paradox space. It systematically validates all your mistakes as necessary outcomes, not even necessary for your own good or personal growth. It's always bigger than you, like your errors or judgment are inseparable from the way reality has to unfold. So it never lets you forget about them, because they were all critical to the big picture, and all your past flaws are like scars. Scars in space-time that never heal, and always serve to remind you that the perfect version of yourself you wish you could be can never exist. Because the survival of everyone you care about depends on him not existing.
I know all that. It doesn't stop me from wondering.
It's simple. If you hadn't killed her, you would have withered away in a doomed timeline.
Yeah, and sometimes I wish I had. At this point, I think I would rather be the better person who made the right decision. Even if it also meant being the one to fade away forever.
Well, I wouldn't want that. Does that fucking matter to you? Does that factor anywhere into your dreary existential equation?
You probably think I'm crazy. Just as crazy as you think I am for dating Gamzee. But I really miss her.
No. I don't think you're crazy for that.
And yet, if I ever saw her again, there's no way I could talk to her. So part of me hopes I never. Ow! Dave, you dick!
What? Don't blame me. I don't control the crab.
Oh, gee, Intermission 3. Is he on the 8 ball?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait, why did that planet give me 2 elves?
You're calling them elves now?
Yes,
But they're leprechauns, or gnomes, according to some baloney scholars.
they can now be additionally referred to as elves. I have decided.
Whatever.
Oh, it is the 8th planet, my bad.
Okay.
Why are there 2?
Because of the 2-for-1 deal. You sunk the 7th planet on break, so when you destroy the 6th planet, you unlock both the 6th and 7th elf. Now you're on the 8th planet. This one doesn't give you an elf.
It doesn't?
No.
What about a gnome?
No.
What about a leprechaun?
No. You get nothing.
Why not?
Because you're supposed to skip this one and destroy it last. You're just wasting time hanging around here. The clock is ticking.
Alright, but first, I want to get their powers straight. Am I correct in assuming their powers keep getting more useless?
Yes.
Just as I suspected. I don't even care anymore. I just want to know. So, Orange Hat, we have established, just walks ahead of me all the time. No matter how far off he wanders and gets lost, I always seem to catch up to him.
Yes.
And Green Hat, he just has a doll with pins in it.
Yes.
What's up with that?
He has a doll with pins in it.
And
Every time you get a new elf, he'll take another pin out. That's all I'll tell you.
okay, got it. It's pointless. Moving on. Maroon Hat. I can't tell what his power is. What is his power?
You don't have a power.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
That's a new low, even for these shitheads.
But Maroon Hat is pretty smart. You can use him as a higher ranking henchman or something.
Being smart isn't a power. Plus, I doubt it. How smart can one of these imbeciles be?
You should talk to him first and find out.
No.
Come on, just a little friendly chat.
Fine. I will have a word with him. Very briefly.
Okay. Hey, still talking to him? Wow, you guys are really going at it there. What the fuck can you be taking so about for? What could? Oops. What the fuck can you be talking about for so long? This is getting ridiculous. The timer on the next cue ball bomb is ticking away.
Okay, I'm back.
And
Maroon Hat is highly intelligent and personable. I have decided he is my favorite guy so far.
see, I told you.
I will give him some important responsibilities later, but I have not decided what.
Maybe he can hold on to something important for you.
Good idea. Like what? Oh, I know. My cow top.
No, not the cow top. That's dumb.
My gun?
No.
Oh, my candy.
No, you idiot.
Fuck you! If you have an idea, then just tell me what it is, Puzzle Man.
Look at the color of his hat. What else do you have that's that color? Also, what object can you think that's kind of shaped like a 7?
Oh! Oh, of course. A boomerang.
Okay, I give up.
I will make a mental note to secure a boomerang in the future. Yes, it makes so much sense to be a boomerang. Thematically. Because it always comes back around in one big circle. Like all the time shit I'm supposed to be about. Okay, last question. Why is Purple Hat constantly dancing in my presence?
Yeah. I guess in retrospect, Purple Hat has always been pretty flirtatious, hasn't he?
What?
Maybe you should try to be open-minded, though. Have you ever considered a star-heart horseshoe relationship with someone? Maybe you'll discover you've never truly experienced joy until you have been in a star-heart horseshoe with a dancing elf. Caliborn has spiked his Caltop on the ground in disgust. End of Intermission 3. Intermission 5, Intermission 3. Yeah. Oh, it's...
Yeah.
It's full.
Complete.
Oh, it's hurting my eyes.
Oh! The
Oh, like from Peter Pan.
treasure.
That's Skull Island. Hey, guys! Stop dragging your feet back there. You're falling so far behind. You're starting to look like tiny, ridiculous. You're starting to look tiny and ridiculous from here. The treasure should be buried just up ahead. Let's pick up the pace.
Excuse me, some of us here have special needs. I think I will continue dragging my feet if you don't mind.
Solix, will you just let Arania heal your eyes already and catch the fuck up?
No!
Oh. Hey, Aradia, was it?
Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Okay.
Excuse me. You seem reasonable and pretty nice. So I'm wondering, how do you feel about all this?
About what exactly?
About what Vriska and her pirate buddies are doing?
You mean searching for the weapon? I think it's a good idea.
Oh. No, I know. Of course it would be great to have an awesome secret weapon, whatever it is. I mean, how do you feel about the way they've been searching for it? By using all your ghost clone friends as bait, and getting the bad guy to blow them all up to reveal the way to the treasure.
That's probably the only way to find it. In my experience, the specific path you travel out here is very important. If we did not trace the exact path in that amount of time, I doubt we would ever have found the right location. In fact, it may never have been found by anyone.
Okay, yes. Let's assume it was the only way to find it. Granted. But I mean, does that really make it the right way to beat him?
I couldn't say.
Well, how do you feel about it? Most of the other pirates seem cool with it, so I'm wondering if you feel differently.
It's probably necessary, and they would have embarked on this voyage whether I had come along or not. So I might as well join the fun. Isn't that what you did when you saw our ship?
Sort of. But I didn't know you were all doing it. What you were all doing yet.
Yes, but once you found out, you continued journeying with us.
Yeah, but I'm just hanging out here because I'm asleep. What else is I gonna do?
Exactly. I don't necessarily share their point of view on the meaning of this endeavor, though. They consider this to be a great clash between good and evil, but I prefer to look at the coming battle as a matter of housekeeping. In the end, all loops must be tidied up, even his.
Okay, but what about your friends? Don't you care about them?
Of course I do. I love all my friends.
Then why do you seem so cheerful when so many of them are getting zapped by lasers?
Do I seem cheerful about that?
Kinda.
I apologize if that is the way I am behaving. It is not true, though. I think I look at death differently than most, and it is fair to say this attitude extends to death after death as well. I have learned to be at ease with the cessation of being in any form it takes. But I am not, nor will I ever be the monster's handmaid. So please believe that I would never take joy from the destruction of any soul. However, you must realize that it is only by the grace of the horror terrors that so many have been allowed to continue existing for so long. They have persisted for ages beyond their time, just as he has. As such, it seems to me his rampage is just another kind of housekeeping. While he rounds the ring, undoing the work of the gods, we must prepare for his undoing as well. So, ready the manner for the lords, so to speak. Wait, I have a question.
What's up?
Okay, so, sorry. We saw Gamzee back in time with the baby thing. So, has everything with Caliborn been happening in the past?
Interesting.
And so it's like not happening simultaneously with like what we're doing right now.
The way
Gamzee just found it.
Well, the way but we know that. But we saw future Earth. Because, like, I'm
None of
not
this is
disagreeing with you,
linear.
but that does
I-
make sense.
But
I see
everything
where you're
Caliborn is
trying
doing.
to rationalize all of this, but none of this is linear.
Oh,
Uh,
man. Jesse, I just asked. Because I'm just
okay.
like, everything that Caliborn is doing has already happened for them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if she's talking about not being a handmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ugh, whatever.
We'll come back. I'm sure if we get more context, it'll make more sense. I'm sorry. Maybe I spaced out this or that, but I'm still not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you could just simplify it for me. Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't like to think of myself in those terms, but I do try to be nice to people.
Damn it. Okay, could you just maybe give me an idea of what it is you actually want out of all of this?
What I want? That's a pretty good question.
Oh.
She's so freaky, I love her. I think I mostly want to see what happens when this whole place breaks apart. Okay, Radio baby.
Oh my god, you're all so insane! He runs.
Are you coming or what? Yeah. Oh, that's not me.
Yes, please come. I was about to begin one final story before we reach the treasure.
Holy shit, another story? I'm there! Sorry, Arania, I'd love to keep chatting, but you heard the lady, it's story time again!
Wow, Aradia. You actually sent the guy running to hear a circuit story. That was a really impressive creep-out job. Nice.
Oh, it's so fucking rude.
Thank you for joining us, John. Commodore Nepeta and Rear Admiral Pfeffery have both been clamoring for one last tale, and I'm not one to disappoint.
I don't know what to do with her. Oh, that's still me. Clamoring, as in clams. Text it.
Okay, what's this one about? Ogre sex or salamander shipping or something?
Nope. Although I would be happy to tell you all about those topics another time. This is a story about two legendary rings.
Tega Sword and Tega June.
No.
Big year for June.
Oh, the black
He's
and
like,
the white.
Oh, those rings.
No, not those rings. The rings I am talking about are less powerful and considerably more obscure, but for what they lack in power, they make up for in mystery. Details on the rings are quite hard to come by. I have pieced together that what little I know from various fables and myths. They occasionally make appearances in such stories, serving different purposes in each tale, and always called by different names. But in this story, they will be known as the rings of life and void.
Oh.
The
Roxy.
rings are said to look nearly identical, but their powers are quite different, as are their origins. The Ring of Void supposedly once belonged to the Black Queen of a Void Session. One day it was stolen from her by a thief, and then stolen again from the thief by a rogue. Legend would suggest it changed hands like this for a long time thereafter, until finally vanishing into the void itself forever. Which is fitting, as the ring grants its wearer the ability to do exactly the same. The Ring of Life is a very different story. I have found no reports of an origin to this ring at all. Like many magic artifacts, it may not even have one, which is incomprehensible. It may not even have one, which is comprehensible. Earliest reports I have read would suggest it was first discovered by some travelers in a desert, and like its sister ring, has changed hands repeatedly since. This ring, however, has a dramatically different effect. Instead of relegating the wearer to obscurity and immateriality, it does just the opposite. It is said that any ghost who wears this ring will come back to life. In some stories,
Give it to Solix.
In some stories, the fate of each ring appears to be entangled with the other. When one is lost, the other is serendipitously found. A great example of this can be observed in the fable of
Wait a minute. Sorry, it's.
I had it highlighted for you, man.
I don't know what I thought. Just keep going. I'm sorry.
It's a Vishka.
Whisker. Shh,
But I was just about to tell.
shut up. Monfang, I said shut up.
Mhm.
Wait. Now wait just a goddamn minute. Hold on. Are you telling me? Are you seriously telling me that ring? Huh?
Mhm.
No,
was
just.
Pfeffery,
Oh wait,
really.
you're Pfeffery. God,
Yeah.
the colors are mixing in my head, and nothing is making sense, and I'm so sorry. I feel horrible. No, just no. Back it up for just a silk spinning minute.
What's the matter?
That fucking guy!
That fucking guy that I named Anuasi!
Fucking guy
Oh
that
no,
I
this
hate.
guy. Right.
No, she is talking about Hussy.
Oh,
She's
okay.
she's
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Slambora.
Ah! I think you're perfect. Havros! What did you do with that ring? What ring?
You know he's in trouble.
Don't play dumb with me. That ring you had, you know, the one with the orange guy tried to give me. I still don't know about this orange guy you mentioned sometimes. You talk about orange guy, but in reality, he sounds probably fake. Like how you thought Rufio used to be until facts prove he wasn't. You actually think I'm making this up? Why would I make up a story about an orange guy? What kind of juvenile fuck up do you take me for? The orange guy was real. He was surrounded by a bunch of stupid fucking horses and he tried to give me a ring, so I knocked him out cold. And then later, you found it. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Don't lie to me. You had the ring, and you and John were fighting over it behind your backs like a couple of idiots for a while. You think I didn't notice? Yes, no, I didn't think you did. Well, I did. And I didn't care because I didn't think about the ring. I didn't think the ring did jack shit. But now that I know it does jack a whole fucking lot, I would like you to stop behaving like a disingenuous, argumentative asshole and tell me where it is. I don't know where it is. It's gone. What do you mean it's gone?
Oh no.
I had it, then John had it, and I wanted it back, but he wanted it also. So we argued with our hands over it until he vanished. Then I tried to find it on the ground because it was precious to me for a while. Why was it precious to you? Are you telling me you knew what it did? Oh my gosh, it's blurry. No, I didn't. I just had separate reasons from that for wanting it. Whatever the lame reasons you wanted that ring, forget it. It's obviously a much more important magical item than either of us gave it credit for, and as soon as we get the treasure out of this cave, you're going to lead us back to where you lost it, and we're going to look for it. Is that understood, Poop Master Nitram? No, yes. I mean, yes. I comprehend the literal meaning of what you're yelling, but no. What do you mean, no? That was an order. I think your mean-spirited angriness is making me remember to wonder why I keep wanting to help you and like you, and I think it's making me think I don't really care anymore about finding the ring or finding this treasure or helping you do arguably evil things to ghost friends to get your objectives to happen. Havros, what exactly are you trying to say? I think the bottom line of that is I don't want to be your poo master anymore, so I'm not going to be. I'm watching you on stream lose your shit right now. And it's so funny.
I don't want to be your poop master anymore.
I don't want to be a poo master anymore. Where do you think you're going? Get back here. You can't just fly away from me like that. Oh, but I can. You forgot about my secret weapon. Behold, the self-esteems. Self-esteem's my ass. I said get back here. If you go out there alone, you're going to die, you pathetic piece of shit. I'll take my chances, you jerk. Yes.
Freedom.
Why doesn't he have rings like Rufio? Fly, pupa! Fly! Oh, yes. So clever. How I referenced what were once scornful remarks directed at me. So sick. So sick. We can all hear you whispering from down here, you shit for brains.
Hey, Tavros, wait up. I think I'm coming with you.
Oh, Solix, wait.
Nah, I've pretty much had it too. I can't believe I went along with this for as long as I did. So, yeah. I'll be fucked 2 ways from Perigy's Eve before I let Tavros upstage me in the backbone department. Aradia, sorry. I can't be part of this anymore. It's just making me feel dirty.
I understand, Solix.
Let's catch up again later. Hopefully when this is all over.
Yeah.
Oh, Pfeffrey and Nepeta will be coming with me too.
What? No, I fucking won't.
Yes, they will. They just told me.
I didn't hear them say shit.
They both gave me meaningful glances, as if to say, "Oh yeah, let's bounce."
You're blind. How could you see a meaningful glance?
Instead of underestimating the the perspicacity of the sensory impaired, why don't you bite me?
No, they can't go. Commodore Nepeta and Rear Admiral Pfeffrey are both critical members of my crew. This is mutiny.
Vriska, I'm on your side here, but I feel I should point out that technically they both outrank you.
Excuse me? No, they don't. Come on, I just gave them titles that sounded cool. How can you outrank a captain?
By being a Commodore?
Commodore outranks a captain? Yeah, afraid so.
Yes, and a Rear Admiral outranks a Commodore.
No, but I thought a Rear Admiral was like some sort of joke rank. Who can take a Rear Admiral seriously? He might as well be a poop master. No, Cirque, it's actually a real thing. God damn, for a pirate, you really know fuck all about nautical junk. This is pretty embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah, this stuff is all super interesting. JK, losers. Anyway, we're out.
I miss his list.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Ladies.
Good riddance, you backstabbing ingrates! I hope Lord English gets you all!
Hey, Vriska?
What?
Actually, you know that ring?
What about it?
I have it now.
You do? Where? Let me see.
No, I mean, not on me. I guess I wasn't wearing it when I fell asleep. It seems to have the power to come with me in and out of my dreams, as long as I'm wearing it. That's how I got it on in the first place. I had it on when I woke up.
You were wearing it? Why? And why were you playing keep away with it in the first place? I mean, aside from the obvious fact that messing with Tavros is its own hilarious reward.
I don't know. I guess I liked it, and I just wanted to hang on to it for some reason. But I didn't know I would wake up with it.
This is perfect! This means all you have to do is put it on when you wake up, then come find me the next time you go to sleep.
Yeah, maybe.
John, we could have avoided so much bullshit. Maybe?
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it.
Well, yeah. It sounds like an important item, so deciding on what to do with it is kind of a big responsibility. It's supposed to bring ghosts back to life, but we don't know how it works. What if it only keeps you alive as long as you're wearing it? That can mean only one ghost can come back.
Right! All the better reason to let me use it.
But there are a lot of ghosts. I'm just not sure what to do yet.
Wait, you're not actually thinking of giving it to someone else, are you? That's my ring. The orange guy gave it to me.
Yeah, well, frankly, I don't give a shit about the orange guy. The ring is mine for now, so I'm the one who has to figure out what to do with it. speaking of waking up, it's probably time I got going too. I'm not trying to join the mutiny or anything, but I do have friends waiting for me out there.
John, wait. I hope we're not parting on bad terms here. You aren't holding all this treasure hunt shit against me like Tavros is, right? We're still cool, right, John? If you have to leave, I get that. But I really want us to stay friends. I always felt like we had a special bond, John. Like, we're both always in position of having to take charge as leaders, even if we never really asked for the responsibility. And I don't want to pressure you into anything, but I would really appreciate it if you'd at least think about me next time you took a nap with the ring on.
It's fine. We can stay friends. I don't really like to make enemies with people, even if they're...
Even if they're what?
Vriska, I have to be honest.
Look at Aradia!
Oh my god. Vriska, I have to be honest. Years ago when we first talked, it was a lot of fun to get to know you. Well, I need Wawa.
And you Wawa. You need Wawa. I'm
Need
voicing
your
like
iconic
12 at
Wawa.
once.
I'm gonna make some more tea.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll be back. You guys can keep reading.
okay.
And I admit I thought about you a lot since then, but I guess I never quite realized how little I actually understood you. During this crazy treasure quest, I tried to reserve judgment, like maybe it was just a troll thing I didn't know about. But seeing how those other guys felt about it, I think it's more complicated than that. Obviously, not all trolls are like you, and I know I'm not. Maybe this was all for good cause, but it still felt like a pretty fucked up way to go about it. And all I'm saying is, I'm ready to go. I've seen enough, and I miss my friends. I'll think about what to do with the ring, but honestly,
what?
again, I'm just keeping it real. But if I'm really thinking hard about who I should bring back to life, I don't know if my conscience can justify bringing back someone so dangerous.
Whoa.
This kind of hurts my heart.
This hurts my heart. Fine. Don't give me the ring then. Actually, you know what? Even if you change your mind someday, forget it. I don't even want it anymore.
You don't?
No. I've been dead this long. What's a little longer? Keep your ring. I don't want anyone's pity, so beat it, Egbert. Well?
Huh?
John, I thought you were leaving!
Oh, right. Guess I'll just be...
What are you, a fucking idiot? Don't go yet!
What?
Look, made yourself perfectly clear. You think I'm a heartless monster and you don't want to help me out. Whatever. But are you seriously going to check out of this dream like 2 minutes before you get to see what the treasure is? Holy crap, dude. Where is your sense of curiosity? If I can manage to put up with you a little longer, I think you can stand for my morally bankrupt company long enough to find out what this thing is. Why am I the only person in Paradox Space who actually thinks? My neighbors are gonna call the cops.
Oh, sure. I guess I'll go a little further and check out the treasure. You're right. It would be dumb not to.
Good.
And Mina stabs him with a trident.
Yeah. This robe. Party's over, folks. Pirate Playtime Wiggler Jamboree was fun while it lasted, but it's time to get serious.
Oh?
The treasure's right down there. If my guess is right, it should be buried in one of the ancient memories. By now, we've all been windbagged to hell and back by my dear ancestor. So I'll just trust nobody's gonna mind indulging one of my stories. I don't want to read that. There was a pretty good yarn about this adventure I read once during our travels. Found it in some damn memory, who knows whose. It was a good read. Impeccable. Impeccable prose. Failing to do it justice would be the only real matter of gray morality here, if you ask me. But right now, I'm not in a mood to figure out how not to make it fucking suck. So I'll just say this. It was supposedly a weapon that once belonged to him. Is it trickster mode? Because she dropped it in the void.
Oh, no.
It's not trickster mode.
Thank God.
I fucking told you, and I was not shitting you at all. Trickster mode does not happen again ever in this story.
I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. I want to make it very clear that I wasn't being coy. I genuinely do
I'm so
mean
used to
what I
Ethan
say.
lying about Sentai.
I see. This is a kind of thing that like I probably wouldn't say, but it's like a sensory thing. So like
Mhm.
yeah, trickster mode is like fully done. That's not coming back.
Okay, cool, perfect. I don't remember where I left. He
My
could
bad.
never use it without altering its nature, meaning he could only use it once. So he did. After that, it could only be used again one more time. Whoa, like the Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers. And only as a weapon against him. Knowing it was one of the keys to his defeat, he had it locked away deep in the void. That's it. Part one of my story, hold your applause. Guess we'll find out if that's true, or if it turns out all my despicable shit was in vain. It's Calliope. I actually don't know what it could possibly be.
Me either.
Not that it would even matter to some people. You know, they can say whatever they want about me. Looks at John, glares. Somewhere out there is a shimmering new universe growing in a big ball of water. He's looking hells of majestic, amphibious, and resplendent. His glorious croak would bring you to your knees. That universe is going to give life to billions of trillions of zillions of cute little aliens. You wouldn't even believe how pretty and wonderful and happy all these aliens will be. It's it's making your lip tremble just thinking about them and how we're saving them they are. Wow. You could walk up to one of those aliens and put your hand on its innocent shoulder, and with a straight face, you could say, "Sorry to break it to you, but tomorrow a guy named Lord English is going to destroy your universe. You're all going to die." And when that alien looks up at you with tears in its eyes, just before the first one rolls down its weird alien cheek, you lean in close to its absurd alien ear and whisper, "Psych." That's because you know a long time ago, in an obscure pocket of reality, the alien could never understand or give a shit about some crazy girl sacrificed to the lives of a bunch of ghosts in order to kill that guy forever. They were already a million sweeps past their prime, existing on borrowed time, luxuriating in some kind of bizarre metaphysical longevity few others will ever enjoy. Just a fresh batch of bait the squid gods kept on ice for an insatiable fisherman because they were sick of being hunted themselves. Those ghosts were all that stood in the way of an end to this eternal holocaust, and sparing their souls isn't any different, in my view, from a personally committing atrocities of a cosmic fucking scale. I'm not processing any of what I'm saying right now.
Nope,
I
me
want you both
either.
to
Just
know
keep
that.
going.
I only ever wanted to do the right thing no matter how it made people judge me, and I don't need a magic ring to do that. You don't have to be alive to make yourself relevant, and you don't have to be a good person to be a hero. You just have to know who you are and stay true to that. So I'm going to keep fighting for the people the only way I ever knew how.
I want you to know that there was a point earlier in this stream where I almost was just like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, no, I'll just reread it later.
I'm gonna need
What are
someone
you
to
what are you
explain
not
this.
getting?
No, I can't even remember what it was anymore.
No, I get it.
I
They
think-
just love talking that it takes me like 10 minutes after they stop to get it.
I want to
Oh,
say
yeah,
it was the bit earlier about
Wait,
Calliope
wrong
and Caliborn and cherubs and all that, and it was just kind of in one ear and out the
Oh,
other, and I
you
was just like,
just-
I'll reread that.
You can ask me questions also.
Yeah, well, I was understanding what was going on.
I
Like,
have you
wasn't
after this. I'm gonna
I wasn't
ask
at a
after.
loss.
Anyway.
I being me.
Anyway. Oh, son of a bitch!
It's the mayor.
Oh. Rose.
Rose, are you willfully ignoring my trail of finished crumbs? I said them quietly and just talking about the ellipses.
Mhm.
I said them quietly in sequence to convey one of your human pregnant pauses before speaking. Pause was human expecting in the same sense that I am expecting an explanation for your present conduct. You were to meet the others on the roof by now.
Kanaya, what's with the pregnancy shit? Shit, are you trying to tell me or something?
I'm trying to tell you that we are on the verge of reaching our destination, and here I find you doing what exactly are you doing?
My civic duty.
Eh.
I have been deputized by the mayor as the assistant chief deputy of city planning and preservation.
What?
Kanya, I am really swamped in red tape here. Do you think you could please return when I'm not so busy? Thanks.
Ah!
Either that or file a requisition form, which the zoning bureau.
Have you been drinking your soporifics in excess again? Rose, this is terrible.
No, what would be terrible would be to bid farewell to this meteor before my critical administrative work is complete.
No, but really, what are you doing here in the tiny simulated village? Are you writing numbers on all of these nutrition cylinders?
God, I just love troll words for things.
Yes, you have mentioned this.
Nutrition cylinders, that's a good one. I forgot about that one. Maybe cylinders is tilted though. What about tall circles?
Whole circles. No, that sucks. Answer my question, please. Why are you numbering the tall hands?
I am documenting their original locations so that we may relocate the city faithfully to our new home, wherever that may be.
You want to relocate the city. Now. This is such a foolish use of your time.
Oh, but you
So
could not
wasted.
be further from the truth. The preservation of Cantown has tremendous symbolic importance. We are all that's left of our respective races, Kanaye. We are the light of civilization. It is our responsibility to carry the torch through the abyss whilst keeping it lit. And set it upon the hearth of the new world.
I think the torch is not all you have managed to keep lit.
Its light, our light, will be spread throughout creation, but only, Kayaka, only if we respect the light of civilization itself, if we respect the light of democracy.
So, many finished crumbs up in here.
Civility slash liberty, reason, edification, civility, rationality, learning, justice, liberty, honor, elucidation, civility, reason. These are the virtues which embody the magnificence that is Cantown.
You said some of those words 2 or 3 times, and most of them weren't words.
I just got it. That's not all you managed to keep lit. That bird was sick. I loved it.
Sesame
Oh
espresso.
man.
I do not believe this. You promised me you would be ready for our arrival.
I am ready. Got my god robes on and everything.
This is not ready. When I said ready, I believe your sobriety was more than implied as the operative criterion.
Canasta, you so wordy.
Ah! I have been as polite as I can be, but honestly, your demeanor is not nearly as charming as you appear to believe when you have consumed a lot of that liquid. You've assured me that chronic and habitual exploitation of this substance is not a problem for your people, but at this point I must conclude that you were just lying. Why did you do this just before our arrival when you told me you wouldn't?
Well, I wasn't going to. I started thinking about everything. About meeting my mom, and I started getting nervous.
But you can't help us like this. We need you. You're the smartest one on this meteor by quite a lot.
Hey now, goodbye. I'm flattered, but I think you might be selling the mare short.
What?
This guy, let me tell you, this guy is the best.
Okay, that was.
Fucking like no.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Oh,
It's
there it is.
Oh, hello, hello. Are we back?
Oh. Are we back?
Hello.
I don't know.
We look like we're back.
Sure.
It's back. Casters 28 says it's back.
Oh.
We're fine.
It's
Hello.
back, says Caster 28.
Yeah,
Thank you, Caster28. Why are you purple now?
they've always been
Why are you
purple.
Caster's
No.
green for me.
Caster's great for me.
I think we've discovered why. Anyway, should we redo a couple lines, or where do you want to start?
Yeah. Let's. Hold on. Where even were?
Start
nah.
at the
Nah, it'll be fine. We didn't miss
I
much.
tried. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's fine. We got the lines in. Yeah, I think we should be fine.
The Bubbles von Salamancer Memorial Library.
No. Oh.
Are you going to break up with me?
No.
Ethan, you're lagging. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well then after this we're done. And just like that, we are done with the night. Jesus Christ, I don't know what happened to my frames all of a sudden. Until then,
man.
we'll be back tomorrow. Are we what?
Sucks.
Are we? We're so close to done.
I'm sorry.
Fuck it, whatever. Get me out of here. I'll be back, whatever. Until then, more dudes. Be seeing ya.